James HARRELL, linebacker, former Detroit Lion, will start for Tampa Bay tonight. He's had a big part in shoring up the Tampa Bay Bandit defense, which will be tested tonight.
We've went to the four-man front, and that seemed to be able to stop the run better than the 34, and it's also good against the pass. We've just been coordinated together with our defensive back, maybe getting them up there a little closer to the line of scrimmage, and the defensive front has just been doing a great job, and that's been enabling me to flow good, and also the other linebackers, and we've just been making the plays, luckily.
There's a lot of pressure been put on Derek Holloway. That means that you really have to carry the load for this team.
Yes, it does. I haven't played well the past couple of weeks, but I look to get back on track tonight. With Anthony going down, they have been double covering me a little bit, but the pressure falls on me. But our running backs, the rest of our offense, tight end has to do their job too.
We will see if they will do their job for Michigan or if the Tampa Bay Bandit defense will do its job for the second week in a row and come away with another big victory. Key players tonight visiting Tampa Bay Bandits. You start with the quarterback, number 7, the 11-year veteran out of Florida, John Reaves. He's the 8th-rated passer in the Eastern Conference, 9 TD passes on the year, but he's interception prone. He's been picked off 10 times. At tight end, you have Marvin Harvey, big number 87. You'll see John Reaves celebrate. You can see how intense a ball player he is. Marvin Harvey, second-year man from Southern Miss, caught a TD last week in New Orleans. And defensive end Mike Butler, 6-year starter for the Packers, the best pass rusher with the Bandits. For the home-standing Michigan Panthers, trying to end their 2-game losing streak, and that's unusual for this ball club. Quarterback Bobby Hebert, his second year from Northwestern Louisiana, top-rated quarterback in the Western Conference, 14 touchdown passes on the year. He's already thrown for over 2,000 yards, 2,008 to be exact. Derek Holloway is one big target. Anthony Allen will also be in the ball game to help him out because of the loss of Anthony Carter. But number 11, Bobby Hebert, the key player. David Greenwood, maybe the best athlete in the USFL, defensive back all-league last year. And, of course, Derek Holloway, second-year man from Arkansas, top receiver now for the Panthers, now that Anthony Carter has been injured, and he's not expected back in the lineup for another 6 weeks. Should be a great ball game. Both teams need it badly. Let's go to the Silverdome. Jim Simpson and Paul McGuire.
Thank you, Tom. And, of course, our game tonight, Tampa Bay, very impressive against New Orleans last Monday night against the Michigan Panthers, who've impressed not anybody except with their losses. Steve Spurrier, the laid-back former Heisman Trophy winner coach of Tampa Bay, he knows he's got to win tonight. Talking to Andrew Sisson, who will be kicking off because Michigan has won the toss and will receive. And there is Jim Stanley. His team is still on top by a game over Houston and Oklahoma, whereas Tampa Bay is pursuing Birmingham, 2 games behind, and can ill afford to lead. The coach of the defending champions, Tom White, our referee tonight. The umpire's Ed Manning. The head linesman is Hayden Terry. Lawrence Hill, the line judge. William Lang, the back judge. The sides judge is Woody Spencer. And Horton Acesta is the field judge. Michigan, as we said, has won the toss and will receive. There's Andrew Sisson. And deep, Bobby Futrell is on your left, and Walter Broughton is on your right. Futrell 20, Broughton 24. Like Arizona found yesterday when they lost, it's a long way back. There's Broughton and what he has done. And, of course, he's been pressed into a lot of service now since Anthony Carter has been out for 3 weeks and is going to be out, well, for months more. But let's get this game underway. And that is Futrell at the 8. Futrell gets across the 25 to about the 28, and that is it. So out will come Bobby Hebert, number 11, the quarterback. John Williams, number 41, running back. Ken Lacey, who is going to the Chiefs in the NFL after this year, the other running back, number 28. Walter Broughton filling in for Anthony Carter, 24. Derek Holloway, the wide receiver, 29. Tight end Mike Cobb, 89. Your tackles, Chris Godfrey, 70. Tony Osmond, 75, filling in for Tom Dornbrook, who's out for the year. Tyrone McGriff, 61. Ray Penny, 74, the guards. And Wayne Radliff out of Georgia, the center. That is Holloway in motion. Hebert on a handoff and straight ahead with Kirschbaum making the stop of John Williams. Now let us take a look at the defense. Mike Butler, 77. Walter Carter, 75. Fred Dortmund, 68. Mike Clark, 79. They started this 4-man front last week against New Orleans. It was highly successful. They went out of the odd man front. James HARRELL, number 50, who played for the Lions right here in the Silverdome until this spring. One linebacker, Kirchbaum, who just made a tackle, another. Alonzo Johnson, 58, the other linebacker. Jeff George, the all-league man, 33 on the left corner. Warren Hanna, 20 on the right corner. Dwayne Anderson, 26. Zach Henderson is not starting tonight. Tim King is at the free safety. Second down and straight ahead, and that is Lacey, and Lacey gets across the 40-yard line and has the first down. Alonzo Johnson, number 58, getting up after the stop, along with number 50, James Harrell.
This man has got to have a good game because they're booing him out of town. That's Ken Lacey, but he gets an excellent block by Ray Penny, the guard pulling. That's the first play they ran, Jim. Michigan, they ran straight ahead blocking, one-on-one. This time they trapped with the guard, Ray Penny, and this is one thing this team likes to do, and they also like to run play-action passes on first down.
It is first down from the 40. Hebert hands off. Lacey with the football and falls down, but nobody's touched him. Now they touch him for a loss of half a yard. Now the booing is for Lacey, and there's some signs around here about Lacey, one of which has been removed. Before we came on the air, we advised our production crew that down to our left, there was a sign that said, Ken who? Meaning Ken Lacey, you're going to the NFL. Someone has removed that sign.
Jim, just take a look at Lacey here. Now this is a draw up the middle. Radliff gets a block at the center. There's Penny getting his block. McGriff, 61, getting his block. Now Lacey moves to the outside. He tripped over his own feet.
Second down 10 from the 40 with Holloway in motion. Hebert back for his first pass, fires, has his man. Kirchbaum makes the stop of Mike Cobb, the tight end. And Cobb has now caught a pass in 29 straight games. In other words, every game where Michigan has gone to war, Cobb has been a tight end and has caught a pass. And that takes the streak to 29. And it's about a half a yard short of a first down.
And when you see Bobby Hebert come out and throw the ball that well on his first play, you don't want to let him get hot against you because, as we know, he's, second in the league, I guess, now in throwing. He is an excellent quarterback. He's got a strong arm. That time he fired the ball between two linebackers to Cobb and almost picked up the first down.
Now Eccles checks in as a second tight end on third down and short yardage. And here is the ball handed off to Eccles, trying to get the first down, and he's not going to get it. They tried a tight end reverse instead of going straight ahead, where they've been picking up bundles of yardage, but they were stacked in there on third and short, so they tried to go the other way, and Eccles never got outside. It's fourth down, and David Greenwood comes on to kick the ball away.
I really don't like to second guess a coach, but you've got third and a half a yard. Why do you fool around with a play that's going to get you in nothing but trouble? A reverse that takes you 8 to 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The play was played extremely well. Tim King, number 38, makes the tackle, and it takes you out of field. All you got to do is straight ahead with Hebert.
Greenwood to kick the ball away to Alvin Bailey, who hasn't fair caught a ball all year. And he's not going to fair catch this one at the 21, and it's hit by Clarence Chapman immediately. So the ball will be spotted at the 21-yard line. First possession by Michigan. They come up with nothing. That is Anderson carrying the ball out near the 25-yard line. Gary's number is 43. He's got a lacerated right hand. Greg Boone, who went for 108 yards against the audience last Monday, number 21. Trevelyan with 41 catches, their leader, 84. Gillespie, very dangerous, the fastest man on the squad, 89. Their tight end is Marvin Harvey, who's caught 26 balls. Dan Fike at left tackle. John Kanai at right. Fred Dean, the veteran, at left guard. Nat Newton on the right, and Chris Foote is your center. It is second down and 6 to go. The ball at the 24. Reaves on the handoff to Boone, and Boone is dragged down from behind by David Tipton, the nose tackle. All right, John Banaszak starting tonight at the left end, 76. Tipton, who made the tackle, 65. Larry Bethea, 79, the corner cowboy. Your linebackers, there are 4 of them. Kyle Borden, 52. Ray Bentley, 50. Robert Pennywell, 59. John Corker, 57. Corker is the story to be talked about. Clarence Chapman on the left side at the corner, 22. Oliver Davis on the right side, 21. Your safeties, Greenwood, 31, and Osborne, 23. And here's Reaves back for his first throw, has his man out there wide open, Marvin Harvey, the tight end, and Harvey steps out of bounds with the first down at the 34-yard line.
They run the big tight end underneath the linebackers, and all he had to pick up was 6 yards, and you're going to see Marvin Harvey. He'll come across your screen from left to right. You see the big man right there. Now he goes out of your screen. Reaves sees him. Look at, he's in front of the linebackers and also in front of Chapman, number 22, the corner. But he picked up enough for the first down. That's a good call. Safe play.
9 minutes, 25 seconds to go. First quarter, no score. Reaves to throw. The blitz is on. Gets the ball away. And had to throw it in a hurry. Intended for Trevelyan, but they really leveled Reaves. There was a strong safety blitz led by Greenwood. Parker was there also. But they brought the linebacker and David Greenwood, the strong safety.
And they had Eric Trevelyan one-on-one on Clarence Chapman, number 22, and Trevelyan had him beat. Had Reaves had the time to throw the ball, could have been a touchdown.
No score. Ball second down at the 34. Good crowd at the Silverdome tonight on a rainy, cold night with the Detroit Tigers in town, but delayed because of bad weather. That may be rained out. Second down. Reaves out here to Trevelyan. I tell you what, Clarence Chapman was playing 10 yards off, but by the time the ball got to Trevelyan, so did Chapman, and it's a gain only of a couple of yards.
This is an excellent play by Clarence Chapman. Now, you're right. The corner was playing off Eric Trevelyan, and you better play off about 10 yards. But watch how fast Clarence Chapman, number 22, closes on E.T. Now, there's Trevelyan, 84. Here comes the ball. You're going to see Clarence right now, and he positions himself, Jim, gets himself in a football stance where he can make the tackle and not get juked.
Third down. And about 7 to go. Last time they went to the tight end. This time they go to the tight end again. First down. Marvin Harvey between Pennywell and Chapman. Osborne came over to make the stop, but Pennywell was on him. So was Chapman, and Reaves laid it right on the money at the 31-yard line.
You see this play last week against New Orleans, Jim? Same thing. Watch it. Marvin Harvey goes right down the middle of the field. He runs between the two linebackers. Now here comes Chapman over to try to catch him. Osborne, number 23, the free safety, never got there, and it's right down the seam. We saw that for a touchdown, and one that Marvin Harvey almost had last week for another touchdown, but dropped the ball.
And now you see this for 32 yards down to the 31-yard line of Michigan. And Tampa Bay is picking up where it left off last week, looking very good. Reaves comes to the line of scrimmage and says, I want timeout. So time has been called. 7:56 to go in the first quarter. No score. Gillespie, the man in motion. Reaves still has the football. Looking, delivering. And what a catch by Trevelyan. Double teamed. He picks up the first down inside the 15-yard line. Davis and Osborne both were there, but Trevelyan makes his 42nd catch of the year.
Jim, you talk about the catch, but watch where this ball has thrown to. Now, you're going to see Oliver Davis come across with Gillespie, then he picks up Trevelyan. Trevelyan moves to the outside. Look where the ball's thrown. To the outside, over the shoulder. Davis doesn't have a chance, and neither does Osborne to get to the football. That was a perfect pass.
Reaves now 4 of 5 for 62 yards. For the first time tonight, puts both wide receivers to the left. He's got 3 wide receivers in there as Morgan is checked in. He caught a touchdown last Monday night. Reaves looking, has a man, and there's a touchdown. That is Harvey, the tight end. And Michigan starts off looking like they have for the last 2 weeks, and Tampa Bay starts off like they looked last Monday night.
Jim, whether they messed up in the coverage or not, I don't know, but you've got Kyle Borland, number 52, a linebacker. Watch this, covering Marvin Harvey one-on-one. Can't play that man one-on-one with a linebacker. There's not a safety back there. Eventually, Osborne gets over there, number 23, but that's after Kyle Borland has been beaten. You can't play Harvey with a linebacker, I'll tell you now.
80-yard drive, and here's Zenon Andrushishin to add the extra point if he can. Gillespie to hold. And it is a 7-0 ball game as Harvey has made his 4th touchdown catch of the year, and Tampa Bay breaks out on top. One of the better-looking ball clubs in recent weeks. Reaves to Harvey for the score. It's 7-0. Now, for those of you playing the Watch and Win contest, our code word for the month of April is handoff. Handoff. Those of you who don't know what we're talking about, watch ESPN and see how you can enter this contest. There's a car a month plus a lot of other prizes given away. Andrushishin to kick off. And Futrell and Broughton are deep. And this will be Futrell for the second time, and for the second time from the 8-yard line. This time he gets back to about the 25, and that is all.
All right, Jim, we're gonna see what happens on this play. Now, Kyle Borland, if he forces Harvey to take an inside release, he would have had some help on the inside. But he let Harvey get to his outside where there was no help. and he beat him for the touchdown. And I don't know about how many linebackers in this league are going to cover Marvin Harvey one-on-one.
Well, he's caught that 12-yard pass to cap the 80-yard drive. They ate 3 minutes off the clock. Michigan, which has its attendance of 20,000 per game, up over last year's attendance, having fallen on rough times, although they still lead their division. Now there's Lacey carrying the football again, and Ken Lacey picks up 7 or 8 yards. Tripped up by Walter Carter, who's moved into that front 4 situation as they've abandoned the 3-4 defense. It'll be second down, and let's call it 2 yards from the 33-yard line.
That's a pretty play developing because he had Tyrone McGriff, number 61, out front, and also Walter Broughton got himself a good block downfield.
I'll give you something to think about. The leading ball carrier in terms of carries is John Williams. He hadn't touched the ball tonight. When they've run it, it's been Lacey.
I bet he does.
I bet he does too. I bet he does right now, but he's not going anywhere. He is wrestled down. Mike Clark simply was not moved out of that right defensive end position, number 79, and he just wrestled John Williams to the ground. Nobody made the block on Clark. And it's still third down and a yard to go. Now remember, Michigan had 1 first down on the first drive, failed on another on 3rd and short with a tight end around situation. You don't think they'd try that again?
If I'm going to attack right now, I'll just straight handoff and go one-on-one, man blocking right up through the gut.
That's a good offensive line Michigan has. Good one. They give it to Lacey, and Lacey has the first down, not by much. And now the way they're marking it, Aiden Terry comes in and may put it behind the 35-yard line. I thought surely Paulie got to the 35, but I'm not the head linesman, and they're going to kick the ball away. They didn't make it.
They're booing. I'll just tell you, folks, they're booing Ken Lacey. Again, Jim said it before. He is signed with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's gone. But Ken Lacey, just a couple of runs we've seen, he fell down one time. He's just not running with authority like he did last year or the beginning of this year. But he has been hurt.
You have seen Alvin Bailey deep. And now you see Greenwood kicking away. And Bailey's going to let this bounce in front of him. Maybe it'll go out of bounds, and it does. That is a terrible kick right there. And Michigan just has not looked good, have they? They haven't been able to move the football. They can't kick the football. They haven't been able to pick up the first down on 3rd down tries. 7-0 Tampa. And we got to talk about contracts, Paul, because I don't know what's going on out there. But let's talk about it after. Jim Stanley can probably tell us better. First down for 35. Here comes Gary Anderson, and Anderson picks up 3 or 4 yards. Now let us talk about contracts. Ken Lacey's going to Kansas City. Novo Bojovic has said in the public, how can they invest in a fullback out of Miami, a rookie by the name of Albert Bentley, as much money or more than what they're giving Ken Lacey? So what is going on contractually here, and is it affecting Michigan on the field? They don't look good.
They don't look good. We said at the beginning, offensively, defensively, special teams, they're not looking good now. But if they're letting that affect their play as far as their contract is concerned, that's the worst way that I know of to get your contract renewed.
Second down, and call it 6 from a 34. Make it to 39, beg your pardon. Here's Reaves. Oh, he's having a field day. There's Harvey. There's another catch for him. Now Harvey's had 2 third down catches, a touchdown catch in that catch. So Harvey is just booming along. He had 4 catches for 63 yards last week. He's already got 4 catches tonight for about the same amount of yardage.
Let's take a look at the left side of the line. Dean and Fike are on the outside. Now they're double teaming on the outside with Thea. But the pass blocking is there. Michigan's going to have to send somebody, a linebacker somewhere, in order to get to Reaves. But when you take a look at Harvey, he's sitting Jim out here all by himself on a 10-yard pattern. They're going 3 wide receivers. I understand that, but you better bring in a 5th defensive back then.
First and 10 from midfield. Running out of time, but Reaves gets the play off. He's being blitzed by Corker. And Corker gets the job done with Greenwood for the second time tonight. They send the outside linebacker as well as a strong safety. And Corker only has 2.5 this year as compared to 28 last year. Said, I got at least a half another.
You could hear Pennywell saying all the way up here, number 59, audible, audible. And as soon as that happened, watch Corker come in from the right side of your screen. Reaves just rolls right back into David Greenwood. There's just no place to go. David, they're not even going to give David a half a sack on this. That's just a full sack by John Corker.
And Corker's been talking in the papers. If they use my statistics in sacks this year compared to last year about a contract, they're up a tree. So it's all throughout the team that we read in the paper. Second down, 23. Everybody's coming again. And Anderson's looking for room to run and just gets a couple of yards back to the 40. It'll be third down and 20 to go.
Jim, let me just say one thing about the contractual problems that they're having. The worst thing that you can do is talk to the press and the media about your contract, about how mad you are. Because I have never heard in the history, and I've been around the professional football for 25 years, I've never heard of a writer or a broadcaster get anybody a raise or sign a contract for a player.
And why?
They keep their mouths shut and just go in and negotiate and get things done.
Well, why we bring it up is not grumbling we hear from Jim Stanley or from the troops, but what we read in the newspaper.
Exactly.
Third and 20. Anderson in motion. Reaves with a deep drop this time. And there's Harvey again. And Harvey's not going to get the first down, but it's his fifth catch. Rolled out of bounds by Coakley.
Jim, on this one, we're going to take a look at Marvin Harvey all the way. Now, here's what happens. You're going to see Corker. He's going to let him go. He's released him to the other side. It's third and 20-some yards. They're going to give you the 10-yard pattern. Now, watch the people close. Here they come. There's Coakley. He's there. They make the stop, save the first down. That's all he really wanted to do and get the ball back.
And Recision with his first punt. They've got two men back. Futrell and Broughton, and this may not make it to the end zone. They're trying to get it. Oh, he kicked it into the end zone. That was Wayne Anderson, the strong safety, trying to do it. It'll come out to the 20. You can hear the Michigan coaching staff along the sideline talking defense at the moment. First down, 20. We've got 2:12 to go, first quarter. Michigan down by 7. The fake to Williams. Hebert's got the football. He's got a man deep, and that is Broughton, and Broughton's got it, and Broughton's got to score! An 80-yard play!
Jim, I said that Michigan likes to run a play-action pass on first down. This comes off of all of their running plays. They have different play-action passes. Broughton just came over and went down. He got a cramp. Does he get a cramp in his arm? He's down on the side. He just went down.
He came over to get the congratulations of Jim Stanley and the coaching staff, and suddenly went down.
He's holding his arm. Did somebody high-five him or whatever? I'm not trying to be funny, but all of a sudden he just went down.
Well, here's Bujovich with Taylor to hold. And there is a 7-7 tie, and the Panthers have their fans back. Broughton is talking. They're taking his helmet off, as you can see, but what it is, we'll have to check on.
He's in a lot of pain, Jim. You can see his face.
And they've already lost Anthony Carter.
Well, he was not touched, so no one hit him. I said on first down they're going to run play-action pass, and all their play-action pass comes on. They come off a running play. Now watch Hebert. He's going to fake right here to Williams. Then he rolls out. And Broughton goes right down the middle, and Jeff George, number 33, and just outruns. And watch where this ball is, though. Never breaks a stride, Jim. Over the shoulder, great catch. And from here on out, nothing happens. Now, he's not touched. Into the end zone.
I hope he don't do it on this. Doesn't look like he did it there, but it's Hebert to Broughton, filling in for Anthony Carter. And an 80-yard, the longest touchdown pass of the year, and now Broughton looks like he's okay. They're looking at that right arm off.
They're looking at his arm, Jim.
Could that be from spiking the ball?
If it is, I'd fine him. And I mean it sincerely. I'd fine him for spiking the ball and tearing his arm. But you can't afford to lose a receiver from showboating. Sorry.
Well, Bujovich will... We've had it, haven't we? Bailey on your left and Williams on your right. Waiting for Bujovich to kick off. Bujovich is one man who's been in the papers with contract talk. But enough of that. Let's watch the game. It's 7-all.
Get a good one.
This is Bailey at the 3. Oh, almost took his head off at the 15. That was Mike Edwards, number 53, almost taking the head of Alvin Bailey off.
All right, let's take a look at Hebert now. Play-action pass, fakes to Williams, number 40. Now watch him set up. He sees Broughton. He steps into just an excellent throw. The follow-through. Now watch Hebert. Bobby knows he's got a touchdown. All he has to do now is run for it. Go Broughton, go Broughton, go Broughton. Okay, he's in. Thank you.
It would have been very embarrassing if he had come back on 2nd down 10 and he dropped the ball.
That's right.
So we'll try to find out from the bench in the press box what's the matter, if it is serious, with Walter Broughton.
He's up.
There's Hebert on the phone, but here's Reaves at the controls of the 15. Anderson in motion. Greg Boone with the ball. Boone with a nice cut on a good hole. Picks up 6 or 7 yards. Last week, as we told you, Greg Boone had 108 yards. Paul and I named him our Menon MVP of that game. Last year, in the first game against Michigan, Greg Boone set the Tampa Bay record, which still stands, 157 yards against Michigan. Well, that didn't take long, did it? 30 seconds, 80 yards. Broughton catching the pass. A year ago, we called him Walter Broughton, and earlier this year, and I came up and I said, since he's starting, it is Broughton, is it not? And the Michigan official said, that's what we thought. He came to us when he became a starter and said, it's Broughton, not Broughton.
All right. We'll call him Broughton.
2nd and 4. Straight ahead, Boone, and Boone is very close to the first down and probably has it across the 25-yard line. Hanging on with Pennywell and Borland and Bentley.
It's going to be 3rd down. He's going to be about a half a yard short. But, now, I said this last week, and you and I talk about every time we do Tampa Bay, and it's worth repeating, because every single coach that we talk to that opposes Tampa Bay Bandits, the one man that they are afraid of, if you can believe it, and I'm not saying that he isn't a great football player, has always been Boone, Jim. That's the first guy they bring up to us.
We understand, and we're checking even further. It is 3rd and a half a yard. That Broughton's shoulder popped out. Now, when could it pop out except on the spike? But we're checking to make sure before. There he is, trying to just make sure everything's okay now. I hope he's a left-hander.
If he is, he's got a bad delivery.
Oh, it is 3rd down, a half a yard to go. 38 seconds to go in this first quarter, which has been all Tampa Bay until one long 80-yard play. And now it's dead even at 7. Don't stop it.
I can promise you this is not going to be an end around.
How about Boone? You think so? Marv Christian is in there to help with the blocking. And it's Boone, and he's hit. Bentley hits him, and he falls forward, and where he is, where they're marking it now, Paul, I think he's got it.
He's got it where he fell forward. That's Boone. He picked it up. He was stopped right in the hole. They jammed it up extremely well. The defense, the linebackers came up. The defensive line went down. But that last little effort of Boone's picks up the first down.
Well, they're not going to get another playoff in this first quarter. They're winding down to 3, and they'll wait to change ends of the field as they come out. The first quarter has ended. Tampa Bay went out to a 7-0 lead, and Hebert and Broughton brought him back. So Spurrier on the right, the coach of Tampa Bay, Stanley on the left of Michigan. They've got no idea, nor do we, who's going to win this. We begin the second quarter of a tie ball game. Walter Broughton threw his shoulder out in a series of high fives, and we'll comment on that in a moment. But it's first down from the 25 for Reaves and company. Reaves still with the football. Oh, there's Anderson, and Anderson is out across the 30 to about the 34. I'm just saying, as Broughton threw his shoulder out for the moment in a high five, somebody on that NFL policy committee that changed the rules, no fair high fives, is going to say, see, that's why we put the rule in the NFL for the coming year.
Can't get any closer than that, Jim. Take a look. All the numbers are almost even.
And so is the score. 7-all.
I like it.
Second down and 2 from the 39. Now both Gillespie and Trevelyan are wide left, and Anderson starts out to the right. And Boone's got the football. And not much yardage, but enough for the first down. That's what they're looking for, the first down. Dave Tipton, Robert Pennywell hanging on. The year of the cat part 2. Well, they're going to have to rectify this mild slump they're in. 2 games losing. Hebert intercepted 4 times in an overtime loss to Oklahoma before they were handled last week by Birmingham. But as we said, the crowds are up by 20,000 per game over last year for Panther home games. From the 37, first down. And there's Anderson. Anderson picks up 5, 6, 7 yards. Now remember, he's running against the team that's number 5 against the rush as well as the pass in the USFL. But as Michigan, and we thought they'd move with their good offensive line, you better start talking about Fike and Kenai, the tackles, and Dean and Newton, the guards, and Foot at center, because the offensive line of Tampa Bay has been very effective.
You see, you have over there, you have Jordan and Peace, the two backup quarterbacks for Tampa Bay. Now, they're standing in front of Spurrier, shielding him so Michigan can't pick up the signals that he's sending in the Reaves. Complicated, isn't it?
I got that. Second down.
I can watch him. I can watch him.
Up, they jump. Flag down, first flag of the night. But Gary Anderson's got his best run of the night, rolled out of bounds as he hits to the 45-yard line, first down. I'm sure they will say, we don't want the penalty. I don't think anybody in the Tampa Bay line was moving, but we'll wait and see as Tom White will make the call for us. Anderson, his longest run of the year, has only been 18 yards.
Offside, the right defensive end. Penalty is declined. First down.
Mark the ball at the 46-yard line of Michigan. And our first penalty of the night.
Right defensive end is John Corker. He's a linebacker being down, and he doesn't get back. But just take a look at it. Now, once you're offside, you still have to go through with the play. That's Fike, number 73, blocking on Corker. He does the job because it gets Anderson to the outside. And also, Boone comes in and picks up the rest of Corker. Anderson picks up the first down.
3 wide receivers in on first down. And they deliver the ball, and caught across the way is Willie Gillespie. Willie is only 5'9", but that's nothing. Derek Holloway, the wide receiver for Michigan, is only 5'7", a pickup of 9. And I'm not for Tampa Bay or against Michigan, but if Wilfred Morgan catches a ball, and he's only caught one in his pro career for a touchdown last Monday night in New Orleans, I would like to see him score just to see those flip-flops in the end zone again, the cartwheels that he does.
He's super, but Gillespie on this catch, Jim, he bobbles the ball. Watch this. Here comes the ball out, but he gets hit and knocked right back into the ball, sees the ball. That's Chapman that hit him, and he catches it. Great grab.
Second and short, Reaves with the ball. Long pattern into the end zone, and Trevelyan, there's a catch. He says, I got it, but he says you're out of bounds when he throws the flag on Chapman. Now that will be not first and goal to go, but a 15-yard penalty only. He ruled Trevelyan out, but he ruled defensive interference on Clarence Chapman. And Reaves is saying that's a touchdown. He was in.
No, that's a 15-yard penalty.
They'll discuss it.
Eric Trevelyan is running one-on-one.
He looked around and said, I got it. And they said, no, you're out of bounds. It is simply pass interference, which in the USFL is 15 yards. But Spurrier said that man was in bounds. We will have a check and see if he was in bounds or if we can tell.
Okay, here he comes. Eric Trevelyan, one-on-one on Clarence Chapman, 22. Now, Chapman knows he's going deep. All he's trying to do now is run with it. He's looking at his eyes. Now, he knows the ball is there. Watch Trevelyan's feet. Do they come down in bounds? One.
It looks like I can't. Well, no. Maybe a heel or something down. I can't tell.
His left foot does not come down in bounds. His right foot does. Here's the better angle of it now. He has possession of the ball there. Here's the right foot. Now watch the left foot. It's out of bounds. Excellent call by the official. He was out of bounds. Did not keep both feet in bounds.
And Chapman did interfere. Reaves is now 9 of 10 for 113 yards. It's a 7-all ball game. Spurrier's team has the ball first and 10 just inside the 22-yard line. Interference called on Clarence Chapman. Trevelyan left and Gillespie to the right. And Anderson with the football, and he is dragged down as Padgett makes the stop from behind number 99 along with Allen Hughes, number 98. Make that Hughes all the way.
That's amazing. Last week, Gary Anderson carried the ball the first 2 series of downs and fumbled. He fumbled 2 or 3 times in the game.
First 2 times he carried the ball.
Then he cuts his hand and comes back with 9 stitches in his hand, and they're giving him the ball, and he's not about to drop any of it. It's amazing. I guess you have to cut your hand to hold on to the ball.
Gillespie right and Trevelyan left. Second down, 9.
We're going to get somebody on the tight end.
As Reaves is up for grabs, and Wilfred Morgan makes a good defensive play. Greenwood was waiting for the ball to come to him. Morgan got a handout. Of course he wanted to catch it, but he deflected away from Greenwood.
You know, Bentley makes a mistake, and when he sees it in the film, he's going to shoot himself. Number 50, Bentley, is waiting for the ball to come down instead of going at it and attacking the football. Now watch.
Watch Greenwood, too.
Now look at Bentley. He's kind of waiting for the ball. Instead of going right after the ball, he waited back there to see the tip.
Well, as a former linebacker, you never did that, huh?
Went right after it. Sacrifice your body.
That's right. Third down and 9 to go.
I'm not talking about my body. I'm talking about his body.
7 all. What happened? Not one flag. Everybody threw one. And Corker's clapping it up, so it's going to be third down and about 14.
Third down.
That's Matt Newton, the big right guard. And here comes Wilford Morgan back in. Oh, it is still third down. Anderson goes out, so they have Boone as the lone setback. Morgan and Trevelyan are coming to the left, and to the right goes Gillespie. And you can see what Tampa Bay has done. 82 points on the year in 8 ball games in the second quarter. Here's Reaves. Oh, Reaves has got Morgan there, but he can't make the good catch, a good defensive play. Bobby Futrell, number 20, got a hand in there. Morgan wants interference, but that was a good defensive play.
It certainly was by Bobby Futrell, number 20. Now, Futrell comes in, and he did the same thing that Chapman did when he was on E.T. He comes down on Morgan. Futrell, he's got his back to the quarterback. He's waiting, and he's looking at the receiver's eyes. Now, watch. When he sees the receiver look for the ball, now he turns, and it's an excellent play, Jim. He doesn't touch him. Just a good play all the way around. Good coverage, and the ball, had that ball been thrown to the other side of Morgan, may have had the completion. But Futrell was there right at the end of the play. Osborne, number 23, coming over.
42-yard field goal attempt by Andrusician, who's 2 for 3 between that distance. This makes it, will just make it, and it does not make it. So Andrusician's 42-yard attempt is no good. 11-12 to go, is off to the right. Michigan has not marched with the ball tonight, but one play, 1st and 10, play action, went 80 yards to Broughton. And Broughton is not in there. Anthony Allen, just recently acquired from the Express, is in there and wide to the left. So Broughton may be through for the night.
And he can fly.
Meaning Allen.
You betcha.
And Broughton can too. First down, there's Lacey again. Lacey, a couple of yards, and that is all. Closed down by Mike Clark on that right side, number 79. They just have not been taking Clark out of there when they've gone to his side, the right defensive side of the Tampa Bay line. Paul, there's some question raised by some of our viewers. Could Chapman have been guilty of pushing Trevelyan out when that flag was thrown?
I'd have to see it again. I really don't know. It's been that long. I think the penalty was called before the ball got there. Because if he hit him after he catches the ball, we'd have to see it.
But if we have to look at it 2 or 3 more times, you can't blame the official. He had to make the call. Hebert with the football, play action again. It is a screen back to his tight end, Mike Cobb, and Cobb rambles for the first down. Across the 35 to about the 38. Jeff George, number 33, and Alonzo Johnson makes the stop.
You know who makes this play work? And he's really Tyrone McGriff, number 61, the guard. Now watch what he does, Jim. He's going to peel out. You see 61. Now he peels back, and he saves the back side right there of Hebert. Now here comes Cobb. He's got blockers out in front of him. He's got Osmond and Penny out there with him. And they pick up the first down. That's an excellent call.
Cobb has not only caught a pass in 29 straight games, but he's caught a couple tonight. First down from a 38. Fake to John Williams again. They went deep this time, and Cobb misses the ball. Turning around and around. Ball was there, but he was on a pirouette at the moment and couldn't hang on. 2nd and 10. 9:19 to go in the first half at the Silverdome, and it's 7 all.
Chip, when you look at Hebert right there, a play like that does not bother Bobby Hebert, because he knows that play is there, and he knows that 9 times out of 10 Cobb's going to catch the ball, and if he's that open, that means he's going to find him open later on in the game, and he's not worried about it. He would like to complete it, yes, but it doesn't really bother him that much.
As we tell you that Anthony Allen is coming out to the right, we have scanned the bench and do not see Walter Broughton on the bench after that high 5 mishap. Here they come, the blitz is on, and Hebert has to dump it quickly to Williams, who gets a little friendly shove from Tim King. King starting tonight at free safety over Zach Henderson. It's 3rd down.
Look at James Harrell, number 15. He's been blitzing. Last week he had an excellent football game. He's just getting up into the center's face. Wayne Radliff, and He's going to come, and right away, Bobby Hebert sees the blitz coming and tried to dump the ball to Williams. Didn't get it to him.
James Harrell is home. He played his career with the Detroit Lions right here. And just played out his option and signed weeks ago with Tampa Bay. 3rd and 10 from the 37. Make it almost a 38. Hebert looking, dumps it out here. Williams can't get it. It's off his fingertip. James Harrell was right there with him. And Williams wants a little pushing, shoving call, but none is made. Hebert is after one of the officials.
You're right, Bobby, because I'll tell you right now, James Harrell just is all over Williams. He is all over, and you can't, first of all, you can't make contact after 5 yards down the field. Am I correct on that? I think I am. Okay, let's watch it, folks. How's this grab here? Now watch.
He's over 5 yards right there.
Again, right there. He touches him. You can't do that, folks, and there's officials standing there.
That's what Hebert said. Greenwood kicks it to Bailey. Bailey catches it over his head inside the 15. And here comes Bailey back to about the 25-yard line. 9 minutes to go. What a ball game we have at the Silverdome. It is all tied up. We're looking forward to the game between Boston and Washington tomorrow night, 7:50 Eastern time right here. The Michigan Panthers in a 7-7 ball game. Tampa Bay's got the ball. First down from the 25. To Anderson. Reaves has his tight end Harvey for another first down. Marvin Harvey is having an outstanding night.
Jimmy's having an outstanding night because they're trying to cover Marvin Harvey with a linebacker. It can't be done, folks. And I'll tell you right now, Marvin Harvey is too good at tight end. Here comes Reaves. Play action pass to Anderson. Now you're going to see Marvin Harvey on the outside. Watch who's covering him. There's a linebacker. And number 50 is Bentley.
From the 41-yard line, Harvey has caught 6 balls for 92 yards already. There's Anderson. Oh, nowhere to go. Allen Hughes and company get him in the backfield. Tell you what, Paul, the amazing thing to me, and I indicated it moments ago, Anderson, who in my opinion is a great back, his longest carry from scrimmage this year has been 18 yards, and his longest play this year has been at the other end of a catch of a pass for 34 yards. And we can see that Chris Foote is having problems with a foot or an ankle, or he's going to try to get it off. That would bring in Lee North. Chuck Pipcock was the starting center this year. He went down in the very first game. Lee North, a rookie, just been acquired, and he was rushed in to start. When Foote became available, he started ahead of North, and I think we'll see North again, and Foote will be back very shortly, I'm sure.
Once they get off and they start trotting, they start picking up a little momentum, that's a great sign. You know the guy who's going to come back. Foote's a good football player, and they're going to have him back in the game. But they have to go out when they get injured like that, and there is that time, they have to go out for at least one play.
That is Lee North, the center. Reaves, look at this, Harvey again. He's got about 100 yards now in 7 catches. They are just not covering that tight end coming off the line of scrimmage, whether he goes deep, slant pattern, or the sideline. 103 yards now in 7 catches.
And there's still 7:44 to go in the second quarter. Take a look at Harvey now. They're just running him outside, inside, underneath. Now that time David Greenwood, number 31, looked like he was supposed to be on him. Oliver Davis, 21, finally comes up and makes the tackle. We got third and about a half yard.
He had 26 catches in 8 games. He's got 7 tonight in about 20 minutes of play.
He may double his output.
And I think they ran. Nope, they didn't run out of time. Flag is down. Oh, obviously movement or something in the backfield.
It's got to be against the offense because they wouldn't stop the play.
On the offense.
That's what it is.
Third down.
That's Kenai. Or is it 73 on the offense? That would be Fife.
Well, he said 70.
That's Kenai, but it looked like the left side moved. However, it's 5 yards. And it's 3rd and long as they bring in more defensive backs.
Okay, 4 down linemen, Jim. We've got 5 defensive backs.
What do you think, Marvin Harvey? Why not?
I mean, it's just a catching game between the two of them. I don't see why they shouldn't do that. But You know, the other man you can't forget in this game, and that's Boone coming out of that backfield. They like to throw the ball to him also.
Third down and 6 to go from the 46. Reaves, the fake to Boone. Reaves has got the time, and nobody's there. Everybody was jammed up. Pavilion and Harvey were actually back-to-back, and they had 3 men around them just jamming them before they got past that 5-yard restraining mark.
And some afterwards. Jim, I think the officials are letting them play football now, because when you bang 3 guys and jam them all in that one area and not let them out, and one of them I know was beyond the 5-yard marker.
They've lost Anthony Carter. They've lost Broughton, so they put Anthony Allen, just acquired back there, return this kick of Zenon Andrusician. Andrusician. Carter's going to let it hit and go out of bounds, and it will go out of bounds at the 22-yard line. First down for Michigan. 7:07 to go with the Silverdome. It's a tie game. 7-7 to score. 7:07 to go in the first half. First down, 22-yard line for Michigan. And we thank the folks and the fans and the players and the coaches and officials of the Silverdome. And they did not take too much time, so it has to be movement again. Tyrone McGriff may have been the guilty party, number 61.
Ball start, number 61 on the
That's who it
offense.
is.
First down.
First and 15. And move the ball back to the 17-yard line. Look at McGriff.
Tyrone says, let's run that play again. This time I'll start on time.
McGriff was out for a while. Tom Dornbrook is out of that offensive line for a long while, but they've held it in check with Godfrey, McGriff, Radloff, Pinney, and Osmond for Dornbrook. It is still a good offensive line that the Panthers have.
Play action pass, baby.
He's going to drop right back and put it out here. Listen, if they can throw to Harvey, they can throw to Cobb, right? Kirschbaum makes the stop. I mean, this is tight end night at the Silverdome.
Well, they're big targets, Jim. Both men. When you got guys that are over 6'3", 6'4", just take a look at it now. Bobby Hebert goes back. Good blocking, Radliff, McGriff. And here comes Cobb. He goes right down, just circles up in front of the linebackers. That's Kelly Kirschbaum, number 51. But they can't bring him down alone. Harrell's also in there. But it takes 3 people to bring him down. They still didn't get him on the ground, I don't think. But they picked up the 5-yard penalty, and they also picked up 3 more yards on top, so they picked it to Levada.
Second and 7. Hebert, and there's Cobb making the catch again. And the Tampa Bay folks said he didn't catch the ball. But the officials are marking it right there. All of the Tampa Bay people are saying he didn't catch it, and now the officials are agreeing, and now Cobb is mad. Nope, now they say it is first down.
Jim, what they're talking about, the booing on top of everything, they felt that Kelly Kirschbaum hit Cobb before the ball got there.
Let's see.
Here it comes, right over the middle. He's going back to the tight end. You're right, this is tight end night. Now there's Kelly Kirschbaum. He's all over.
Didn't. No, he didn't.
Didn't?
Not much.
How about his right arm wrapped around him, looking like a dance?
From the 32, 7-7 ball game, 5:35 to go in the half. We'll review the scoring in a moment. First down, John Williams with the football. Williams lost the football, and it is picked up. That is number 50, Harrell. And Harrell's got a first down inside the 20-yard line. First down on the turnover by Williams. Bobby Hebert had to make the stop of Harrell. Ball is at the 18-yard line. I was going to review the scoring. 80-yard drive by Tampa Bay, the last 12 yards on a pass to Harvey, and then the 80-yard bomb from Hebert to Broughton. But let's talk about this instead.
Watch this ball. It's going to bounce right. It's just going to bounce right into Harrell's hands. Here it comes. And it flips out. Bang. Now, you got to understand something. Nobody's touched him yet. He has the right to get up and run, and that's exactly what he does. Look at Jeff George gets in and gets the block so Harrell can get back up, and then Bobby Hebert finally has to make the tackle.
First down, 7-7. From the 18, Reaves with the ball. Reaves looking into the corner of the end zone. No good. Intended there for Gillespie with Davis defending. Reaves was looking 9, Gillespie all the way. Davis is 6'1", Gillespie is 5'9", and Davis used his height to advantage there. Plus, he stuck right with Gillespie all the way.
He did, and he closed fast. Once the ball went into the air and Gillespie made his final cut, he ran almost like a post corner. And watch it, he'll hit Gillespie on the break, but Oliver Davis makes an excellent play. And just at the last second, watch the hand in. Bang. That ball hit Gillespie right in the hand.
Sure did. Second down, 10. Reaves 11 of 16. Reaves, same thing again. Gillespie is there, can't get to it. Only this time you can see Greenwood was the man on him. But Reaves went right back. I wonder if Woody came back and said, hey, I can do that. Let's try that again.
Well, that time they get David Greenwood, the safety, trying to cover Gillespie. That's a tough chore because Gillespie, is, as we all know, is much faster than David. But that ball was just a little bit too far wide to the outside. Had that been on target, it would have been a touchdown.
Tampa Bay guilty, perhaps, unless they come up with something big here, of ruining an outstanding chance. It is 3rd down and 10. They've missed on 2 touchdown attempts into the end zone, both toward Gillespie. Watch it draw to Boone. Morgan left. Trevelyan slotted left, Gillespie right. They're running out of time, but he gets the play off. Flag down, and maybe they didn't. And there's another flag. Gillespie was smothered by Chapman, but let's see what the first flag was. Reaves is clapping, but the flag went down before that. They may have run out of time. I'm not sure. It looked like 1 second on the clock to me when the ball was snapped.
I think we have a holding penalty on Boone, number 21, holding Corker. Wait a minute.
Illegal formation. 6 men on the line of scrimmage.
They're both right.
Pass interference. Number 22 on the defense. The penalty's all set. We'll replay 3rd down.
All right. Tom White gives us the information. Tell you what, I have heard only 6 men on the line of scrimmage more times in the first half of this USFL season than I have, I think, in my career of broadcasting football.
The funny part about it, Jim, and I've said this in other games, that the players, when they come out and you have the officials on either side, they are allowed to ask the official, am I on the line of scrimmage or am I not? And just check, do we have 7 people on the line of scrimmage?
3rd and 10 from the 17. Reaves to Trevelyan, touchdown! Man, was that ball thrown right on the mark. And Trevelyan has made his 5th touchdown catch of the year, and Reaves has thrown his 11th touchdown of the year.
That is a perfect pass, Jim, again. Reaves is throwing the ball so well. You bet, John. Get your hands up. Watch this. Here comes Trevelyan. He's going to fake to the post and take Oliver Davis in there. Now he comes back out to the outside. Futrell does not get over. Look at where the pass is. No place for the defensive man to go. Right on target.
Well, they did take advantage of the turnover by Williams and the fumble recovery by HARRELL as Zenon Anderson adds the extra point, and for the 2nd time tonight, Tampa Bay is up by 7. We've got 4:40 to go. Spurrier and company are happy. They're playing Michigan straight up and doing very well. It is 14-7 on this picture play.
All right, take a look at it now. Reaves knows he's going to throw to Trevelyan. He's looking all the way over there, but watch where the ball is placed. Over his shoulder to the outside. No chance for the defenders to get there.
Remember, Michigan has only scored once, and that was on an 80-yard play. They have been unable to march the ball at all. But they're your stars of this play. Reaves on your right, for Trevelyan on your left for the 14-7 lead. They'll be selecting a Menon MVP, $1,000 to the college or university of that person's choice, and Rescission to kick the ball off to Terry Miller and Bobby Futrell. And remember, again, Broughton on the high 5 threw that shoulder out, and so they have to use Miller on kickoff returns. And this will be Futrell at the 10. 20, look out, got a lane across the 30-yard line. It's up to the 34-yard line.
Okay, here's a touchdown again to E.T., Eric Trevelyan. And Reaves is looking at Trevelyan all the way. He runs him into the post, back out into a corner area, and take a look. Look where the defensive people are. But the thing about it is, watch where the ball is. And the ball is to the outside where the defenders have no chance. He's going to take Oliver Davis to the inside. Now, he's going to try to get help back in the corner by Futrell, who does not get over. Look at here, Jim, how far away he is from everybody else.
And remember about John Reaves. He was benched before the Birmingham game because he wasn't playing well. I'll give you his statistics in the last 3.5 games in a moment. First down, ball number 34. Miller is now in the backfield with Lacey, who carries the ball for a few yards. In the last 3 games before this game, Reaves has hit on 68% of his passes for 6 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Tonight, he's thrown 2 more touchdown passes and no interceptions so far. I would say John Reaves is having one of the best spurts of his long 12-year professional career.
Well, he came back this year, John, in the best shape that he had ever come back in. And he did make some mistakes. The change was made for Peace. And at that, they were 3-1 at the time, and they put Peace in and lost 2 in a row. And not too many people can understand why.
There's Terry Miller carrying for the first time, not very far. When you say that the change was made for peace as the fans boo Michigan, not peace of mind or peace among the troops, but for Wayne Peace, the backup quarterback. 3 plays, 17 yards after the fumble recovery by Harrell of Williams' fumble. Pavilion took it in 17 yards out for the touchdown.
The question is, you know, that man there thought that maybe Wayne Peace was ready to play, and John, he had like 7 or 8 interceptions at that point, and Peace just did not work out, and John's back in there doing very, very well.
Third down. Hebert's got the time. Now he's running out of time and gets the ball up for grabs, and it's caught by Holloway. And Jeff George takes him down. He fumbles the football. And now they'll have to dig that out. Holloway caught the desperation pass. Jeff George laid a lick on him. Holloway dropped the ball, and let's see who comes up with it. Number 43, Terry Miller.
You want to know what a pinball feels like in a pinball machine? Watch Hebert get bounced around and still gets the ball up. Okay, here comes Butler on the outside. Number 77. And he's working on the outside. Well, watch what happens. He doesn't give up. Here comes Bobby Hebert, gets hit by his own man. That's Godfrey. Gets knocked back into him. Watch Hebert. Gets banged here and still gets the ball off to Derek Holloway, who makes it a great catch. Short man comes up with the ball, and they got a first down.
From the 43-yard line of Tampa Bay, across the middle, a tight end again. Mike Cobb fumbles. And now they're going to say it is incomplete. Don't give him a catch. Incomplete pass. Even though getting up with it, as you can see, is Kelly Kurtzbaum, that is a fumble. And it is second down and 10, and we're near the 2-minute mark in this 14-7 ball game. That's Whit Taylor signaling out to Bobby Hebert what to call on advice from Jim Stanley, the head coach. But when you're talking about Wayne Peace and John Reaves and Steve Spurrier, nobody's playing any favorites. They all went to the University of Florida. All of them quarterbacks from Florida. As Hebert, there are his numbers for the night. Deep drop by Hebert. Room to run. Flag goes down. That'll be holding. Hebert puts the ball up for Cobb, and he's wrestled down by King, but it's going to be holding way back around the 50-yard line. And Ken Lacey may have been the man who did it. And if they announce number 28 holding after that apparent first down play, wait till you hear these fans. Because they are on Lacey to begin with, since he's already signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's listen for the call of White, the referee.
Well, let's just take a look. And here comes Mike Butler again. And he's coming back on the outside. That's Tony Osmond blocking on him. Butler pushes Osmond. Osmond staying, getting in front of him. All right, there's the holding there, and it's true. It's on Ken Lacey, number 28. But watch what Butler does at the end. Here comes Hebert, but Butler really didn't try to hurt him.
Holding, number 28 on the offense. Second down. 2-minute warning.
They know who 28 is, and they're booing him. 14-7 Tampa Bay. Of the 8 games played before tonight, 7 have been upsets, and this one tonight is an upset so far. Now, it is second down from the 48-yard line of Michigan. There is line of scrimmage at the 43-yard line of Tampa Bay.
Well, what Hebert has to do here, he's got to pick up at least half of it. Take 10 at a time.
blitz is on. They pick up the blitz. Hebert gets the ball out to Holloway, who steps out of bounds on the 38-yard line. Hanna was with him, but Holloway was clear and ran the ball out of bounds. He got more than 10, Paul. It is third down and about 6.
All right, he picks up 14 of it. It's a good call. Here comes Holloway in motion. Now watch what Derek does. Derek's going to go down, take his man towards the middle, and break it back to the outside. There's nobody there. He's not going for the whole 20 yards. He's just going to take part of it. That's Warren Hanna, number 20, trying to cover him. It's a good call, Jim, for that play to pick up like 15 out of the 20.
Walter Broughton is back in the ball game. He's come back to the bench. He's in the ball game. He had that shoulder injury. He's on the far side now, coming across the middle, and he's got the football and fumbled it as he went down. Broughton was hit by, again, Warren Hanna, who was in on the last play, and dropped that football. Well, that's something. You come back with a shoulder injury. You're a little man. You send him across the middle underneath with everybody zeroing in on you. And he dropped the football.
And they're going to go for it.
Fourth down. With 1:50 to go, the ball at the 38-yard line, and they'll go on fourth down and 6.
The people love it because they love this kind of football. If they don't make it, you're putting your defense in a terrible position because you're down 14-7. You're going to give Tampa the ball back on the 38-yard line.
3 wide receivers with Holloway in motion. Hebert. He's got to go, and does go deep. It is a fine play made by Jeff George, intended for Anthony Allen. And it's fourth down, and it does not work, and it's first down Tampa Bay, owning a 14-7 lead, and Jim Stanley's troops go away, and Tampa Bay gets the ball again.
Jim, the ball was thrown to Anthony Allen, and the ball was thrown a little bit short. What Anthony Allen did not do is come back to the ball. He didn't come back far enough.
You would know to do that, even though he just joined the team this week from the Express. You might not know the route, but you know if you're in that trouble, you do come back to the ball.
Back to the quarterback, exactly.
First down. Ball at the 38-yard line. And Reaves comes out throwing. The blitz is on, and he has Boone, and Boone is surrounded by half the team and gets the ball to the 46 where it's second down and 2. And the clock continues to run with about a minute and a half to go in this first half.
Bandits have 2 timeouts left, and remember, on first downs inside the 2 minutes and a half and at the end of the game, the last 2 minutes the clock stops just to move the chain.
And here's Reaves over here. Oh boy, the ball knocked out of the hands of Trevelyan. What a shot Oliver Davis put on him. He has made some good plays tonight on Trevelyan down in the end, or Gillespie in the end zone, and on Trevelyan right there.
John Corker almost gets to the ball to get a hand on it. Here comes Eric Trevelyan. Corker's going to come from the inside. You don't see it there, but as that ball hits, Oliver Davis just gives him Trevelyan a shot right in the back. You see Corker almost gets it there, but watch this shot. Shoulder pads and helmet.
1:18 left. Third and short. They'll give it to Anderson, and Anderson does not get it. Anderson does not get it. In the backfield was Kyle Borland, who tripped him up.
Michigan now, if they're going to bring on a punt team, take a timeout because they've got 3 of them, and don't let that clock run down. You still have a minute. Take the timeout.
While you're talking, Paul, it is running down.
I know. Michigan.
And now they have called timeout. But they let about 15 seconds go off the clock, and above all things, Tampa Bay called a timeout.
I don't understand that.
They got fourth down and a yard to go. You don't tell me they're going to go the first down. Why call a timeout to get a man on the field? But Boone is staying out there. Anderson is staying out there. Could it be, with 57 seconds to go, almost at midfield, they're going to go for a first down? We told you what Reaves has done. Now you can see it visually. And remembering in this game tonight, he's thrown 2 touchdown passes and also has not been intercepted. And the first score, Harvey caught the 12-yard pass to end an 80-yard drive. Tampa Bay went up 7-0. And then on first down 10 from the 20-yard line, Broughton caught an 80-yard pass from Hebert to make it 7-all. Then John Williams fumbled. The ball was picked up by Harrell. Trevelyan caught the 17-yard pass to make it 14-7.
Jim, I'm coaching. I can't believe that they're going to go for it. They're at the 46-yard line, 46.5-yard line. If they don't get this first down on fourth down, that means that Michigan gets the ball back with about 50 seconds to go and 3 timeouts
in Tampa Bay territory.
Exactly. You kick the ball away. Unless they have the old quick kick. No, they don't have that.
They may. Let's see how they line up. They're still out there talking.
Steve Spurrier.
They got 15 seconds to go, and they're bringing them out. They're going for it.
I love your guts, Steve.
I wonder if they'll let the clock run down and then kick it.
Well, they can't. The clock doesn't start until the ball's snapped.
That's right, because it just takes the time out.
Oh, you know what they're doing? They're trying to draw them offside.
Offside. Now that doesn't work. Now they got to kick the ball away.
Take the penalty.
Okay, we got it. That is a plot, and you will see Andrusician coming out in a hurry, I'm sure, number 9. And here he comes.
If you're gonna,
I just couldn't believe that Steve Spurrier would do that.
I couldn't either. Jim, the other thing is you don't take it. You take a timeout. They let the team get themselves all together. If you're going to go for it on a long count like that, you go right to the line of scrimmage. You don't let the defense start thinking about what's happening.
Well, Broughton is back in the ball game, and that's Allen back in his place along with Dutrell to receive the kick of Andrusician with 57 seconds left in the half.
The last time they went after the kicker, Andrusician, this time they're going to go for the block. Block for the return.
Oh, nice, that's a good kick. That's a good kick. Dutrell's going to take it inside the 10 and step out of bounds up the 17-yard line. Well, it'll be first and 10. A 49-yard punt, an 8-yard return, 48 seconds left, and Michigan's got the football first and 10.
The man that does both, field goals and punts, Zanin Andrusician. Now just take a look at, watch the concentration. The drop of the ball, his head down, that toe it's bent, the toe is bent, but it comes up. He gets perfect height, and what the best part about this whole punt, Jim, is he forced Dutrell against the sideline where he had no running room.
Nobody can talk about a punter except a punter. Joe Cripps leads the league. Another good day over the weekend, 938 yards. Jordan is about 250 yards behind him. But Stout had all the headlines yesterday with 5 touchdown passes against Oklahoma. First down. And here's Hebert. Puts it out here. And it is caught by Lacey, and down he goes, shy of the first down. And they've called timeout with 38 seconds to go. Jim Stanley's group is down by 7. And here's a funny thing. If this should hold up, not funny, but an unusual statistic, going back into last year, if this should hold up, this will be the 11th consecutive game that Tampa Bay has gone to the dressing room leading at the half. How about that? They haven't won them all, but they've won and done a very good job in the first half for 11 games.
That tells me, the one thing that's telling me, we were talking about at the beginning of this show, the thing about Tampa Bay that's changed around, we know they can score. They have the firepower. They got the Eric Trevelyan's and the Gillespies and all the people, and Gary Anderson people. Their question has been defense, Jim. They were not able to really stop anybody. They really had to outscore people by big numbers, 35-30, that kind of a thing. All of a sudden, this man here, they've changed their defense quite a bit. They've gone to 4 down linemen, and it's worked for them. Their defense has come on strong, and when your defense plays well, it automatically makes your offense play well.
Remember, they lead 14-7, but they also missed a 42-yard field goal early in this half. Leading passes, Bobby Hebert of Michigan, is ranked second only to Fusina, Philadelphia. And by the way, when we gave you the runners and the passers, they are up to date through all of the games of Friday, Saturday, and yesterday. 38 seconds to go. And Michigan, with a 2-game losing streak and down 14-7, they haven't marched the football once. They've had an 80-yard scoring play, but that's been their offense. Showed blitz, but are not blitzing. Hebert puts it out here and has Terry Miller, and Miller's not going to get out of bounds. Miller's not going to get out of bounds.
But the clock will stop to move the change. Now you put him right at the line of scrimmage.
31 seconds to go. Jeff Jordan put him down. Now they will not start that clock until Tom White winds it after everybody's ready. Holloway getting set. White looking, and now starts the clock. Here's Hebert. Hebert across the middle. Cobb's got the ball. Cobb's got another first down. They'll stop the clock. He lost the football. Battle for it. That is a completed pass.
And little Derek Holloway came up with the ball again.
Now let us see, as the officials were slow stepping in as this developed, and Tom Tom White may give us something different. It's first down because that's what it was. He lost the ball and Holloway came up with it, and Holloway is slow in getting up.
Well, they're marking the ball where Cobb goes down because, remember, the ground cannot cause a fumble. But there's Holloway. Look at him staying with it. And he's the smallest guy out there.
From the 48-yard line, time running down. Hebert puts it out, and that's going to be intercepted by Bedoin. Bedoin laterals it off to McAllister, and a flag is down with 9 seconds on the clock.
Jim, you know what the flag is? Tyrone McGriff, you talk about sacrificing your body. He sacrifices his body on McAllister, but he gets hit from behind on the way through.
Tom White with 9 seconds to go. The ball belongs to Tampa Bay. They'll step off some yardage, and I would assume that Reaves will simply touch his knee to the ground, and they'll walk off leading 14-7. Steve Spurrier. Now, this man's a former pro quarterback, former Heisman Trophy winner, but it is a turnaround on defense.
Illegal block above the waist in the back during the return. Number 78 on the offense. First down.
It is the defense that has turned it around. That's James Ramey called with the illegal block.
Tampa, you just, even though you have a timeout, it doesn't make any difference. They get the ball back in the second half, so you just take the knee, get out of here.
Put that knee down, John. He does. And that should be it. Everybody's heading for the locker room, and we're going to be heading for the USFL Stars in action with Tom Reaves in just a moment. The end of the first half. Teams are back on the field for the second half. The first half belonged to Tampa Bay, not only on the scoreboard, but in the way they played. They had an 80-yard drive in 8 plays before Harvey caught a touchdown pass to make it 7-0. The second time, they punted the ball away. The third time, they drove, and then Andrew Sisson missed a 42-yard field goal attempt. The next couple of times, they had to punt the ball. Then came the big break. John Williams ran into his own man, fumbled the ball. Harrell picked it up, and on third down 10, Trevilian caught the 13-yard touchdown pass. And then, of course, Reaves put his knee down at the 29 to run it out, and that's what happened to Tampa Bay in their half of the game.
All right, Jim, on the other side, Michigan. Take a look at the possessions. Punt, touchdown, punt, fumble, loss of possessions on a fourth down situation, interception. Now, Jim, it looks like, and I hope that I'm wrong and it comes back out in the second half, but Michigan, they're just going through the motions. Jim, it may come down to that contractual thing that we've been reading about.
That's what I'm telling you, because Bojovich has gone away. How can they sign a Bentley, et cetera, and not give the other men? We were interrupted there for a moment, however nicely. But the point being, the contract, Bojovich, John Corker, big column about him this morning in contract. Ken Lacey is signed with the Chiefs. Bobby Hebert has had his contract shortened because apparently he feels he can go to the NFL. Whatever. That's all the talk you read about here in Detroit. And they're not playing. They only score on an 80-yard play, and that has been it, folks. And now they're going to give the ball back to Tampa Bay. As Bojovich will kick off to Bailey on your left, Ricky Williams on your right. And it'll be Bailey tracking it down, but it may go out of bounds, and does. So now, even that doesn't go right. Bojovich has got his hands on his hips and upset. He's got to march the ball back to the 30-yard line and kick it off.
Jim, the other thing about this game, now the opportunities that Tampa Bay has had, Michigan, as I said before, maybe just going through the motions. I mean, it's tough down there. There is some hard hitting. But they're only down by 7 points. And this is a good football team. If they get their heads on straight in the second half, they can come back and win this game.
Well, they won their first 6 in a row before the overtime loss to Oklahoma when Hebert threw 4 interceptions. Then Birmingham stuck it to them last time out, and things don't get any easier. They've got to go to New Jersey next week, and wait till they get a load of Houston up here in 2 weeks. Oh, and Tampa Bay, well, they're farther down. At least Michigan is leading their division. They've been a flat-out tie if they lose tonight. But Tampa Bay's got to win to stay competitive. Bojovich good foot in this ball. From the 30-yard line, he drives Bailey back to the 5. Knocked out of bounds as he gets near the 30-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10 from there. Reaves, Anderson, and Boone come out with the wide receivers Trevilian and Gillespie. Your tight end Harvey, Pike and Kanai. The tackles, Dean and Newton the guards. And we'll check to see if it is foot. It is foot at center.
Here's Vito McKeever. Now, he's the outside man. Watch what he does. He breaks down. He sees the runner coming at him. Now, look what he makes the play. That is, he'll give the 5 yards, retreat a little bit, Jim, just to make sure that Bailey doesn't get to the outside and scores. Good play
by Vito McKeever, who also went to Florida. As did Spurrier, Reaves, and Peace, and others. Reaves thrown on first down. And looking here, he's got his man Anderson out of the backfield, out to the 34-yard line, a pickup of 5, second down and 5. Banaszak, Tipton, and Bethea, the front three. Borland, Bentley, Pennywell, Corker, the linebackers, Chapman and Davis, the corners, Greenwood and Osborne, the safeties. And remember, the free safety starter, John Arnaud, was traded away to the blitz for their rights to Albert Bentley, the fullback out of Miami, whom the Panthers signed, and that's one of the reasons why some of the Panthers are complaining. They gave him as much as they'd offered Lacey to stay when Lacey defected to go on to the Chiefs, and Bentley hasn't played a down of pro football yet. Showing blitz, and the blitz is on, and Reaves throws to Davillion, just can't get the hand on it. The blitz was on with Bentley right there, and Reaves had to hurry the throw. It's 3rd and 5.
Jim, that's the second time now we've heard him hollering audible, 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 and Michigan Panthers blitzed on it. Okay, here comes Gary Anderson blocking on Kyle Borland. Now, it looks like Borland really isn't trying to get in there, but you've got to understand something. Here's the end of it, the ball out in front of Eric Trevelyan, hit him in the hands. Chapman is there. It looked like Borland wasn't trying, Jim. His job was to make sure that Anderson doesn't slip by him for a screen play.
3rd and 5. Out of the air by Oliver Davis, and there's the big turnaround, the first turnaround, and Michigan comes on the field. That ball went into the hands. Greenwood was all over Harvey. It went out of his hands, and Davis pulled it down and marked the ball at the 31-yard line. First turnover of the night for Michigan.
Did it hit him in the head on top of it? Reaves, you know he's going to be looking to the big tight end Harvey. He's coming out. Look at Greenwood right there. The ball pops up in the air. Nice catch by Davis, no problem. And Corker saying, get up, get up. Eric Trevelyan makes the tackle.
Well, Reaves deserved better than that. However, heads-up play by Davis and Greenwood give Michigan its first big break. This is as close as they've been. And there's Lacey. Lacey gets around one man and is upended over there by Jeff George as he gets inside the 25-yard line. This is the closest that Michigan has been, with the exception of the 80-yard touchdown play.
Tyrone McGriff comes out and gets an excellent block. Number 61. Bang! You see the block on Mike Butler? There's a move by Lacey, running like the old Lacey, and there's Jeff George upending him, comes down on his shoulder, but he's back in, picks up 6.5 yards.
He gone over Davis, the interception, but also remember those 2 big hits he had in the first half, plus some excellent pass defense. 2nd and 4, Lacey with the football, and does not get the first down. It'll be 3rd and short. Kelly Kirchbaum really put a hit on him. That's McGriff, who's been in on a lot of plays tonight, being hit from behind, hitting other people from behind, and doing some good blocking. Tyrone McGriff, he is a good guard.
Yes, he is. He's got a great attitude. He smiles all the time. He's a happy face. He's the kind of guy, he always wants somebody to interview him. Just talk to me. He said, they never really talked to me at Pittsburgh. Here they talked to me a little bit. He said, I'm a good player. Now, this is a 2-down situation. It's 3rd down and about a yard, a little more than a yard. You just keep going. Drive the ball.
And Williams, first down, flag down, however, could be holding. Flag went down in a hurry. If so, it's not a first down. It'll be 3rd down and 11, and that's what it is.
Oh, you can bet it's holding. When that flag comes that quick in the middle of all those people, it was holding right at the play. Here comes Williams with the ball, and he's hungry. Lacey's going in ahead of him. I don't know where I can't see the holding right now, but look at this. He just knows he's got to pick up 1.5 yards, but the holding is...
Number 55 on the offense.
That's Wayne Radloff, a good second-year man out of the University of Georgia.
All right, we're going to see this from the end zone. There, look at the center now, Radloff. There's the holding.
I think so.
Freddie Nordgren, number 68. There's no question about holding.
Oh, from the 32-yard line. It is third down and 11. The wide receivers are both to the right. Lenny Patrick is in for the first time. Lenny Patrick is there, but they get the ball downfield, and it is intercepted by Alvin Bailey. And turnover again as Hebert is intercepted for the second time and picks himself up. So unlike Tampa Bay, which used a fumble to move it in, Michigan cannot move it in and are intercepted. Tampa Bay's got the... They get the 16-yard line here at the Silver Dome, where they've got another good crowd. But Michigan, which has lost 2 in a row, not playing that well. Tampa Bay, which has won its last 2 in a row, playing very well. And there's Anderson, and not much there. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Good play by David Tipton, the nose tackle. 2nd and 10.
All right, Hebert's second interception in as many possessions, because just before the half he threw an interception. Look at Bailey just drifting back. He's actually got both players covered. He's got Cobb covered and Holloway covered, and all he did was play the ball. What happened, Hebert did not read Bailey.
John Reaves in the middle of a 4-game hot streak. Man is Boone, and Boone gets some tough yardage, about 5, and the last 3 were extremely tough. Boone used very little tonight. He was our Menon MVP last week with 108 yards. Anderson has carried the ball more than anybody else, 9 times, but for only 29 yards. And on the other side of the line of scrimmage, Ken Lacey's running record is not much better. But it's third down, long way to go, 6 yards.
3 wide receivers, the tight end, Marvin Harvey, and Boone in the backfield.
And Michigan showing blitz. They're not blitzing. Here's it, and there's Gillespie, and he's got the first down. Chapman puts him down at the 33-yard line. It's just there for the picking, and Reed just plucked it.
What they did, Tampa Bay, they put Gillespie in motion. They ended up in a triple formation with 3 wide receivers on the same side. They flooded the area. They had Eric Trevelyan, Morgan, number 80, and Gillespie coming in motion. Morgan and Trevelyan go deep. Gillespie just comes out of the backfield just like a little loop pass, and he hits him there for the first down.
Well, Paul, Tampa Bay's been able to move the ball, and let's just take a look. With the exception of the interception moments ago, Michigan on its own has never had the ball in Tampa Bay territory tonight. The only score they got was 80 yards from their own 20 on one play. First down, Reaves. Reaves gets it out here, but nobody's going to get it. Reaves in the middle of a pocket with people closing in around him. Tried to get it to Trevelyan, and he and the defender Chapman, neither one could come back to the ball. And Reaves, I think, is talking to himself on that play.
Well, he get his arm. Watch Nat Newton, number 61. Here's the block. There's Tipton here. He sees Tipton being taken. Now he comes back in, and he helps out again on Tipton. Now you know why that Reaves has the time to throw. The offensive line, they are doing the job. Dean, Pike, Foote, Newton, and Canine.
Second down 10, 14-7 Tampa Bay. And they've got the ball. Reaves, the blitz is on, and Trevelyan won't get to this one either. I want to tell you, Kyle Borland was barreling in from the left side, and Reaves had to get that ball away. It's third down and 10.
Now, there's a difference on Kyle Borland. That was a definite blitz where he had no read position on a guy like Anderson coming out. Kyle Borland just took off from the weak side linebacker spot. Reaves had no time. It was a timing pattern. It was going to be a little out pattern by Eric Trevelyan, but he could never get the ball to him. And Spurrier's a little mad because they're not picking it up.
Ricky Williams replaces Anderson. Williams had a 21-yard touchdown run last week against New Orleans. Spurrier on the sideline, 8 seconds to get this play off. Now it's down to 5, and now he calls time because he does not have time to get it off. Spurrier did not send Williams in until about 14 seconds on the clock, and it just wasn't enough. Paul and I would like to invite you to a shootout next Monday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Los Angeles with Steve Young, Houston with Jim Kelly. Watch that. And it's at 8 o'clock, as you can see, not 9. 10 for Reaves. Reaves going long for Trevelyan, and he's got the first down at the 46-yard line. Another third down completion from Reaves for Trevelyan, and Michigan, which has not been moving the ball, has seldom stopped Tampa Bay.
I'm not taking anything away from Eric Trevelyan. We know he's a great receiver. Oliver Davis is trying to stay with him. But watch where the ball is thrown. Again, I'm saying it. To the outside, away from the defender. Just no chance for Oliver Davis to get there. The ball is right on target, and they pick up another first down. That's just beautiful execution.
Put 5 defensive backs in there, and he makes it look easy.
Oh, yeah.
From the 46-yard line, 10-12 to go, third quarter. Boone for a couple of tough yards only to the 44-yard line. But remember, Tampa Bay, nearly everybody in this league would like to be able to play the kind of football that Raleigh Dodge has his scouts playing down in Birmingham. Not only have they won 8 in a row, but they've controlled the football for much of the game. And Tampa Bay, for much of the night, is controlling this football, even though it's only 14-7.
Marvin Harvey catching a lot of passes. Watch this. Kyle Borland coming in. Here's Harvey. He is a blocker now. His job is Kyle Borland. He gets a piece of him. The job was done inside, and Borland finishes everything off.
Second down 8 from the 44. Here's Reaves, quick out to Morgan. Morgan's in trouble. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Everybody was out there waiting for him, including Clarence Chapman and the linebacker on that side, Kyle Borland. And it's third down and about 9 to go.
You know, I was just thinking about Morgan is out there, and they throw that little naked screen out. That's what I call it. And if the quarterman Chapman doesn't come up, he's got some running room. But if he does come up and get a piece of him, you also have the inside linebacker taking a shot at you, which was Kyle Borland.
What a difference for Wolford Morgan. The only other pass he's caught in the USFL was a touchdown. That time he got smothered. 5 times in 6 successful third down conversions, Reaves has thrown for 12 yards or more to get it. This is 3rd and 9. He trips coming out of there. Parker's behind him. His second sack of the night. He has almost equaled his total sack total of the year tonight. 2.5 before tonight, 2 tonight.
Reaves trips Jim coming out from underneath the center as he's rolling out. Watch, it's clipped. It looked like he got clipped by one of his own men. But you'll see Corker in those yellow pads coming to the outside, and Corker just wanted a piece of just to make sure he couldn't release the ball.
Michigan, trailing 14-7, is going to get the football back. Adrecition to kick the ball away to Anthony Allen toward the sidelines. Cutrell's over there. This may be a good kick, or will it go into the end zone? Let's see what he says. It goes into the end zone, and will come up to the 20-yard line. A 50-yard punt, but throw that out because it's a 20-yard coming back. And Andrecision before tonight, by the way, has not done too well. He's only had 3 of 27 inside the 20. First down, Michigan from their own 20, trailing 14-7, 8:08 to go, third quarter. The fake to John Williams. They had an 80-yard pass on this, but they go underneath this time to Broughton, and Broughton has the first down across the 35-yard line. And believe it or not, that is one of the most successful plays right there that you just saw that Michigan has had all night long.
Okay, the reason it's successful, Jim, it's first down is number 1. It's a play-action pass off a running play. Now, Broughton, the last time he went down the field for an 80-yard touchdown. This time he breaks it to the outside. Now, Jeff George is there. He just does not want to let him get deep. But that comes off a play-action pass, and again, their play-action passes are off of all of their running plays. So they look exactly the same. It freezes the linebackers, and it holds the safeties.
And now Hebert still with the ball. Play action again. Goes it out. It's going to be intercepted again by Hanna. The third interception of the night, and they've got the ball near the 40-yard line of Michigan. And Lacey is slow in getting up, but Hebert is intercepted for the 3rd time tonight. And the last 3 possessions. You're right.
Consecutive possessions. Here it is. I don't know if they're mixed up in the backfield or not, because what happens, Lacey and Williams run into each other, and he just dumps the ball away. Hanna is there. Look at Hebert. They knew he threw the ball into a crowd. I mean, it was just, you take the sack.
3 interceptions. That's no way to successfully defend, is it?
You can see where the 2 backs run into each other, and he just dumps the ball in the air. Hanna just sitting there playing center field, makes the catch.
Let's see if Reaves goes deep and long. No, he's going to give the ball to Anderson. Anderson gets a few tough yards, and that is all. Larry Bethea 79, holding on. And he got some help there from John Corker. Well, Michigan comes up with the good play to Broughton, and on the very next play, Hebert puts it up. And you have to wonder about a team that won 6 in a row, have lost 2 in a row, and are struggling tonight. Struggling.
Look at this.
Look at that last one on the right.
Yeah, that's right. That's the one that counts.
But they're still in the ball game. And all wide open for the play is Gillespie. And Gillespie's got a first down inside the 30-yard line. A lot of folks around him, but again, Reaves put the ball right on the money.
Jim, I think I had the feeling that Gillespie was going to lateral that ball to Marvin Harvey, because it looked like it as soon as he caught the ball, Marvin Harvey's going to be coming from behind him. Now watch what happens.
You're watching Trevelyan there.
That's Trevelyan here.
That's Trevelyan there.
Tripping there.
What happened to Gillespie? Well, the defense of Michigan couldn't find him either. Until after he caught the ball.
Open.
That's 2 of them. Second down from a 27. One of the few times tonight, split backs. A fake to Anderson, a hand to Boone, and Boone is still running. First down inside the 10. Hanging on for dear life, Osborne and Chapman. They faked to Anderson going left. They gave to Boone going right. He moved the ball down inside the 10-yard line.
The man that can eventually break your back, and that's Boone. Cross action in the backfield, fake to Anderson. He gets a good block on the outside by Fred Dean, number 63. But just take a look at here. He gets hit and just drives. Was that Greenwood, 31, on the other side? Drives him for another 6 yards.
Now the fans are getting on Michigan. Remember, they were on a first down situation, and Hebert threw it up for grabs, and Hanna grabbed it at the 41. And here's Boone again, and Boone gets a couple of tough yards, and that's all. 5:20 to go, third quarter. 14-7 the score. Tampa Bay leading and driving. Boone was our most valuable player last Monday night in New Orleans. But if I had to say who's going to get the Menon MVP award as of this moment, I would go for Mr. John Reaves, the quarterback, without even discussing it with you. But there's still a game to go here.
Yeah, even though Marvin Harvey has caught so many balls, Eric Trevelyan's caught touchdowns. That has nothing to do with the way he is throwing the ball and moving his football team. Oh, it's to perfection.
All the confidence in the world.
Slant pass to Trevelyan.
Now he's going to call time. The one interception Reaves had, the ball hit his receiver and bounded in the air. But he wants this. He doesn't want to come away empty here. 4:41 to go. Tampa Bay 14 and now John Reaves, second down from the 9. Reaves to Boone, trying to get outside of Corker, came out, and coming up is Borland. Corker was a man he couldn't get around. Borland came up and put him down. It is third down. And by the way, remember a while ago when Ricky Williams came in late and Reaves had to call timeout? He had to call timeout there. He's only got one left and better than a quarter to go, and Michigan comes back. Well, they may be screaming for timeouts that they don't have.
You're absolutely right on that last play about Boone, Jim. As soon as he broke to the outside, even though Borland made the tackle, he saw 57 Corker just standing. He said, I know I can't outrun Corker because he's fast enough, and then Borland had time to make the play. They've got to throw.
Third and 11. Reaves looking, Reaves putting it out for the tight end, and he's got it, Harvey, but a flag is down. Harvey catches his second touchdown pass, but a flag is down. Oh, it'll be third down and 21 instead of 21 to 7.
Does it amaze you that here is a man in the first half? What did Harvey catch? 7. Okay.
For 103 yards.
Now, you know, down here they're going to throw the ball to Harvey again. And here he comes. Downfield, and he's open.
Number 61 on the offense.
That's Newton.
Third down.
But just take a look at where the ball is thrown again. Look at it. Look at this reaction to Spurrier. Ta-da, ta-da, touchdown. Okay. Watch it. Did you see the flag? He sees the flag. Oops. You see that old yellow thing down there that says, uh-oh. And that's not Corker's knee arm pad either.
Well, instead of 21 to 7, it is third and 21. The score remains 14 to 7. Franks has come in as a tight end, number 32. Reaves back. He's got to get it off into the end zone, and the ball is almost caught. What a play, and it's Franks that was down there, but it was just a big, tough hit by Oliver Davis and Osborne.
Oh, Mr. Franks.
Did he get welcome to his first play of the night, huh?
Oh, did he ever? Watch this ball. And it's just hanging out, and here comes Franks. And look at this shot right here. That's Osborne, number 23. And that ball is right in his hands. But when you take a lick like that, you better have glue, Jack.
Especially when you just come off the bench and haven't had a lick all night long. Now this will be a 38-yard. Remember, Andrusician has missed from 42 yards before. From 38 yards out, he has it. A 38-yard field goal as a result of the turnover, but they had a touchdown erased by a holding penalty. So really, Michigan gets off easily there.
All right, let's take a look at Carl Franks now. Here's Reaves back, and he's looking at his tight end all the way. And watch the shot. Now, he's stretched out. That's what you call being hung out to dry. Just catches the ball, and Osborne nails him.
Big Z, and Miller 43. It'll be Miller tracking it down if it doesn't go out of bounds, and he almost stepped out of bounds, but does not. Miller has got speed, and he gets a big hit as he gets across the 25-yard line near the 28. Keith Clark, a reserve linebacker, came down, and there's a flag down on the field.
We're going to have a double fight here. I know one of the players is
double fight or double foul?
Double foul, double fight, whatever. Walter Carter, number 75 of Tampa Bay, a defensive end, is one of the players that's involved in this little confrontation.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 58 on red. Personal foul, number 77, unnecessary roughness on white. Penalties offset.
First
Fouls were after the play.
The only time we've seen that is when in Denver they threw both men out early in the first quarter, Jones and Pauls.
77. 58 there. There's the one confrontation there. That's Coakley.
And McGowan is
personal foul.
I don't think that's the play right there.
No, it's after that.
It's after that.
And 77, Mike Butler is not on the kickoff team, and it was 75.
17-7 the score. First down, 29, Michigan trails. Hebert 11 of 20 for nearly 200 yards, 199. And here comes Lenny Patrick with his first carry of the night. Little man out of Alabama, the rookie. 31,443 have come through the turnstiles. And they've sold more tickets than that. They usually have 4,000 or 5,000 no-shows. Michigan did a very smart thing. They offered to high school football coaches in the state and around the area season tickets for $20. $20 for the whole season. And 1,000 high school coaches said, we'll take those, and bought the tickets. 2:57 left in the third quarter.
High school coaches don't make a lot of money either, do they?
Second down, and Lenny Patrick with Kirchbaum on top of him gets near the 34-yard line. It'll be third down and a long 5.
Ken Lacey's on the sideline. Now, he got hurt on that last interception.
And remember, it was a shoulder that kept him out 4 weeks. And I think he got off holding on to that arm which indicated the shoulder.
They're booing because there's Lacey. The towel's holding his neck up.
Third down, or they'll have to give it up again if they don't negotiate nearly 6 yards. Hebert's going to throw for it. Hebert gets it to nobody. Patrick and Williams crossed almost at the same time. There was a mix-up there on the receivers. Patrick coming from the left, Williams from the right. They said hello as they passed each other. And look at Hebert and say, what's happening? And Anthony Carter saying, how can they do that to me? He won't be back at least until the playoffs is the word we get. And he still leads the club, Paul, in catching passes, and he hadn't played in a month.
It's true. They really miss him. It takes 50% of their game plan away.
Greenwood kicked the ball away to Alvin Bailey, who has not fair caught a ball all year. Gives you a little excitement. That is not a particularly good kick at all, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's only going to pick up, well, as a flag down. Flag down. That kick is not even 30 yards. Greenwood can't be happy, but they're marking back. Here's Tom White.
It's on Walter Carter again.
What did he do this time?
Holding, I think. Holding.
Why do you want to hold on a punting situation?
Farmington?
Why do you want to hold if you're a defensive man on a punting situation?
I don't No. This is after the ball is kicked away, so the penalty is going to be after that.
So they get the ball.
David Greenwood has not kicked the ball well this year, Jim. Now, he's had a bad back. We understand that. Let's just take a look at what he's doing here. The center's fine. You know what the problem is, Jim? Look where he's catching that ball. Not on his instep, but on his shin bone. He's holding the ball too close to him. He's not reaching his arms out.
Well, you were saying that in pregame practice, so apparently it's something that's just carried over to what he's doing constantly.
Exactly. He's got to get his arms extended where he can get all the drive from his leg, and he's catching it on his shin, and the ball's not going anywhere.
A post-possession foul takes it back to the 24, but the fact remains that Michigan couldn't do anything with the ball and had to kick it away. Reaves slips, now gets it out, and down goes Anderson after picking up 6 yards to the 30-yard line. Cut down by Ray Bentley, the linebacker. There's a man that's Mr. Excitement of this year, as we said in the first half. His longest play was on a pass for 34 yards. He scored a bundle of touchdowns, 8 rushing the ball, but he's averaging less than 4 yards per carry, hasn't had a run of more than 18 yards.
He's a tough man, too, Gary Anderson. He's got 9 stitches in there between his thumb and his finger, and he's just got a little piece of tape on there.
Second down and 4. 10 and a half left, third quarter. And here's Boone, and there goes Boone, and Boone still on his feet, first down. Now that little man can run, but he carried some men with him. Osborne and Borland. Greg Boone is only 5'9", but weighs nearly 200 pounds. And they'll move the sticks again as we now get down. By the time they put the ball in play, there'll be less than a minute to go in the third quarter.
Maybe a little man in size for height, but not weight in the way he runs. His legs never stop driving. He's a fine football player. Excellent blocker. He has good hands, and he loves to run with the football.
I want to comment on something else after this is over. I'm sure you're aware watching the game. Here's Reaves. There's Trevelyan. Trevelyan's got the ball, and he'll be stopped at the 45-yard line after pickup of 7. Be aware that Michigan had a 1st and 10 at their own 20, threw an 80-yard pass to Broughton for the only score they've had. The only other time they've had the ball in Tampa Bay territory was after an interception. And that's been it. And didn't do a thing with it. Michigan has not moved the ball at all. Hebert has been intercepted 3 times. Lacey hasn't been running effectively. No one has. They do miss Anthony Carter. But maybe Jim Stanley's got problems and are just not having good football players. Maybe the contractual things we've spoken of have indeed, as the press has indicated, taken something out of this ball club.
Now they're starting to clock. There's 19 seconds left to go in the third period. They don't have to run a play.
Let her run.
Reaves just going to turn around and walk around the other way.
Ahead by 10. Michigan's got to get ignited in the fourth quarter, or they'll suffer a 3rd consecutive defeat and be in a flat-out tie in their division, along with Houston and Oklahoma. Tampa Bay's got to hang in there. Even if they do, they'll still be 2 games behind Birmingham, which has won 8 in a row. 3 quarters have been played, and thus far it belongs all to Steve Spurrier's team and his quarterback, John Reaves. They lead by the score of 17-7. I'm Jim Simpson with Paul McGuire. It's all Tampa Bay leading 17-7. Here's a second down and short play, about 3 yards, and Anderson has got more than enough for the first down, moving the ball near midfield. And let us be honest, and I think we have been throughout the telecast, Paul, Tampa Bay take nothing away from them. Michigan does not have Anthony Carter, but thus far Michigan and Tampa Bay's had something to do with it. A very lackluster and listless performance by the defending champion Panthers, who are liable to go down to defeat number 3 in a row. And unless something turns around, it may not be the end of the line.
They better do it in a hurry, because Tampa Bay just keeps grinding it out. They're not scoring, but they're controlling the football. And every time Michigan gets it back, Jim, it's like 1 or 2 or 3 plays, and there's an interception. We've seen 3 of them in a row.
Gillespie left, Trevelyan right. Reaves has all the time in the world and loops it out there for Trevelyan. Now, if you say that we haven't been saying that he's throwing well, you just can't see a timing pass better than that. Looped it out over everybody's head, as Paul has been saying, throwing to the outside, away from everybody. Trevelyan takes it, steps out of bounds.
Look at the stats. That's what I'm talking about, keeping the ball away. They're not scoring much, but 3 points in this here quarter. And look at the stats, 288, 244. Everything else is pretty well evened up, rushing and. But the time of possession in this instance where it does count is because they're keeping the ball away from Michigan, and they've scored 3 times.
Yes, but remember, 80 yards of that 244. One play. Gillespie in motion on first down. They give the tailback Anderson, breaks one tackle and picks up 3 or 4 yards, but gets inside the 35-yard line. Tampa Bay continues to grind it out. Now, Tampa Bay will go home next Saturday night, and you'll see them on ESPN against Washington. And as we said, this Michigan team in danger, they haven't done it yet, in danger of losing their 3rd in a row, have to go on to New Jersey, which was stung by Arizona and then barely pulled out a game yesterday over Pittsburgh. To Trillian, who hadn't turned around yet, and when he does, the ball is at his feet. Chapman wasn't looking either, and Klaas is a little upset because if he had turned around, he could have caught the ball. Yeah, neither one looking. Yeah, but Reaves couldn't wait any longer because Big John Banaszak, number 76, was right in his face, and he had to let the ball go early. On his 3rd down, and 7 to go. Borland, Pennywell, Bentley come out. Coakley goes in, and a couple of defensive backs. Vito's in. Vito McKeever. Now Wilfred Morgan comes in. Trevilian never even gets to the huddle, so Morgan tells him what the snap count is as they go to the line of scrimmage. Flood the zone again. Here they come. Oh, look, all by himself. Gillespie's got the first down. Oh, it is like picking cherries from a tree when the farmer's away on vacation. Jim, it's the same play they did in the 3rd quarter. They flood the zone, they put Gillespie in motion, end up with a triple formation. Here comes Corker, and he's just got, Boone is blocking on him. Corker goes down, good block by Boone. But what happens, Jim, is that they're flooding a zone again, triple formation. You've got Morgan and Trevilian on one side. You got Gillespie on the other side. Now he comes in motion towards Trevilian and Morgan. They clear out. Gillespie's open underneath. There's nobody on him. First down, the Bandits have looked extremely good tonight. Here's Anderson trying to get outside. He does. Cuts back inside and picks up 5 yards. They keep grinding it out. Ray Bentley, the leading tackler on the team, puts him down. But it's 5 yards on first down. It is 2nd down 5. And the clock continues to wind down here in the 4th quarter with 12:20 left. The man that made an excellent play at that time did not make the tackle was Clarence Chapman, number 22. He came in to sacrifice his body. He had to take on 2 people. 1, Boone. 2, Fred Dean, number 63, the guard. Stanley and crew, boy, they're not too happy. They're down by 10, and Tampa Bay is moving. Marv Christian comes in. When he comes in, it's usually for blocking purposes, number 35. They give the ball to Boone, who cuts back the other way. Look out! Boone has got strength. First down, Osborne holds him down at the 4. First and goal to go, Tampa Bay. Boone having another good night as he did a week ago against New Orleans. Not the figures, but some big runs. Boone, the quick trap. Take a look at it. Here comes Boone back to the inside. The blocking, he's there. Did you see number 73, Dan Fike? I like to see that thing again right from that angle because Fike didn't really get a block, so all he did was rear end the guy, turned his back so that the defensive man couldn't get to him. First and goal to go. This could put it out of reach if it gets 7 here. Boone's going to get the opportunity, and Boone fights down to about the 3-yard line with Bethea hanging on. And you can also see Tipton getting up. It is 2nd and goal to go. Check that. That was not Tipton. He's just checking into the ball game. That was Banaszak again. There's Greg Boone. Time is in their favor. Impetus is in their favor. Score is in their favor. Tampa Bay, remember, was in a swoon. Michigan's attitude's in their favor. They had lost a bundle in a row. They had to get back to 500. Now they're looking to go 3 above 500. Boone is buried with Bentley up top. It is 3rd down and goal to go. Borland down the bottom, Bentley up top, and Banaszak had an arm in. Boy, Bentley made a great play by a linebacker driving through the runner to stop any momentum that Boone would have had. Gary Anderson comes in. Christian goes out. 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Would Reaves, would he bootleg Well, I'm just thinking if he doesn't, do you go for it on 4th down or do you go for the field goal? Think about that after we see what happens here. Here's Boone, and he's not going to get outside, so he goes back inside, and it's going to be 4th down until 3 yards to go. You can see Borland down at the bottom.
Jim, if you kick the field goal, now Michigan 2 touchdowns could beat you. If you go for it, you can put the game out of reach, but they're going to kick the field goal. Here it comes. Look at the pursuit. Boone is trying to get to the outside. There's just no place to go. That's number 79, who is Bethea, that really stops the play. And look at the help. Look at Boone. He's tough to bring down, Jim. They've got everybody on him.
Almost a chip shot for Andrusician, 21 yards, meaning the ball is spotted at the 11-yard line. He has missed from 42 yards. He's hit one from 38 yards. And he does it. And so now, Michigan needs a couple of touchdowns to go ahead. They haven't been able to move the ball. They've got less than 9 minutes to do it. Reaves and Boone have done an outstanding job, as have the entire Bandit team. Remember when Birmingham beat Tampa Bay, one drive of nearly 9 minutes, one drive of better than 11? Steve Spurrier's club learned something. They have just driven for more than 8 minutes. For that three-pointer, they took 8 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock. Here's Andrusician to kick. That is Miller waiting at the 12. Miller had a big play there. On special teams, that was Keith Clark with another good tackle downfield. There's your 8:07, 73 yards, and the field goal by Andrusician to make it 20-7. And Michigan, you know, you lose ball games along the way, but a lot of it has to do with how you lose ball games. And they may be booing Hebert as he comes on the field.
They are booing Hebert.
Wick Taylor's the only other man. But as I said, Paul, it's how you lose them. And I don't think there's a soul here that's going to walk away saying Michigan tonight, thus far, has given its best shot. Maybe they can turn the whole thing around. They got 8.5 minutes to do it.
Patrick and Miller in the backfield.
They've gone away from Lacey and Williams. Hebert hit, and the ball thrown low. Intended for Miller coming out of the backfield. It's 2nd down and 10. There's Wick Taylor, second-year man out of Vanderbilt. He's thrown the ball 8 times this year. And he is the man that would come in if Hebert is benched. Hebert has been intercepted 3 times tonight.
Jim, when you complain about your contract publicly and you want to renegotiate your contract, and I'm talking about all of them now, you better win some football games and produce, and don't walk around like, well, I'll show you, if you're not going to do a contract, we're not going to play. I'm not saying they're doing that, but I've never seen this Michigan team this flat.
And there's Cobb, one of their bright spots tonight, but it's still going to be 3rd down and long. McAllister and Johnson hit him. And Cobb is saying, take me out. I've hurt my hand. 3rd down and about 3 to go. Bobby Hebert, when he renegotiated his contract, he did it for a shorter term contract. The idea being that maybe he'd like to shop around the National Football League. There's some rumors that the Giants are interested. But he has not looked like an all-star. He was the MVP of the championship game last July. Holloway in motion, 3rd and 2. They're going to throw for it, and he throws past Patrick. Patrick had a chance for it, but it's 4th down. Lenny Patrick had a shot at it. Not a big man and doesn't have long arms. He reached out, and they're going to kick the ball away.
That was not Hebert's fault. That ball hit Lenny Patrick right in the hand. He just dropped the football.
Greenwood netting a little bit better than 32 yards per punt. Let's see if he does not extend his arms this time. Bailey is deep inside the 30. If he kicks the ball while still close to it, you watch. Got the ball out better there and gets a better result. Bailey back inside the 20-yard line. Bailey knocks out of bounds, but not until he gets to the 35-yard line. 1st down.
John Corker is the center on the punt team. Watch what happens to the center. Here's Corker. That's Fred Nordgren. There goes
Corker.
But look who makes the tackle downfield. Who's that? That's 57. Corker. He's all over. We will now see some running plays.
First down from the 35, and Anderson gets a few yards. As they're down, well, it'll be about 7 minutes to go or less before they put the ball in motion again. Steve Spurrier looking on. You know how you promote games? I was saying, listen, after 2 straight losses, you know when Tampa Bay goes up and gets Michigan at home, those Panthers are going to be breathing fire. It's going to be tough on Tampa Bay. Wrong, Mr. Simpson. They've shown little fire at all tonight with the exception of a few individual hits. And Tampa Bay is in thorough control of the game and has been with the exception of the 180-yard touchdown play.
Well, Steve Spurrier told us today, I said, what do you have to do with this team coming off? You're coming off a great win. They're 2 losses. I'll get to that in just a second.
Here's Anderson again. Anderson trying to get outside. A flag goes down as Anderson is knocked down. And the flag went down well away from the play, and that could be holding. Bob White will tell us that it probably is holding. It is holding.
Jim, I said, what do you have to do with this team? You know, it's tough playing the defending champions. Yeah, they're coming off of 2 losses. They're going to be fired up. He said, Paul, we have to do the same thing that we did against New Orleans. That's keep them off the field with their offense, control the football, and score, which, you know, obviously you got to score. But he said to control the football, and that's what they've done this evening.
Ball moved back to the 27-yard line.
Holding. 65 on the offense. Second down.
Reggie Smith. Now, by the way, if you follow who's favored and who's not favored, if Michigan loses tonight, that means of the 9 football games this weekend, the underdogs in the USFL will have won the game. Birmingham was the only one that was favored that thus far has won. Here's Reaves on second down, 18.
Beat the spread here.
Run! Run!
There's Boone, and not very far. Good play by the linebacker Bentley, who tripped him up on his way in as Ray just picks himself up as Boone does. But time going off that clock again. But it is going to be 3rd down, and they may have to give it up in a hurry. But remember, 2 touchdowns are needed for Michigan to go ahead, and time is running out on them. They need another one of those 80-yard bombs. We've got less than 6 minutes to go. And you don't think Tampa Bay is going to put the ball in play anytime soon, do you, until it's necessary? 8 seconds, 7 on the play clock. Here they come to the line of scrimmage. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They got it away. Using up a lot of time. Anderson goes down in the backfield. Singletary is the man who put him down. So now they'll have to kick the ball away. But they did do a good job there in that they ran a lot of time off the clock, and the clock is still running.
That's right. They've got the 13-point lead. They know that Michigan has to score 2 touchdowns to beat them, and they know that their defense has held Michigan to only 7 points, and as you kept saying before, Jim, it was 1 play for 80 yards, and that's really the only threat.
They've got 18 seconds on the clock, and they're going to stand around until it gets around to about 2 or 3 before they snap this ball and run that clock well below the 5-minute mark.
I'd take another foul, let it go all the way down.
Why not? 3-2. Now he calls for the ball. Whoops, almost got away from him and gets the ball away. Anthony Allen tracking it down. It hits and takes a bounce. And look out, Anthony Allen. He gets away from one block and now is in deep trouble. Fortunately, Anderson almost got him, and there's a flag down as a man is down, a Michigan man way back at the 20-yard line. Oh, Michigan has the ball inside the 30, and they got a man hurt back at the 20. 4:43 left in the ball game. And I can tell you many fans here are leaving. Lacey has not had a good night, and Stanley, well, when your team doesn't have a good night, the head coach certainly does have a good night. First down from the 29-yard line. Lacey is back in with Miller. Hebert has time, and that ball is no good. That ball bounced just as it got to the receiver, Derek Holloway. And so it's second down. Somebody said once only, when things go bad, they really go bad.
Oh, yeah, and they stay there. I'll tell you one guy that has not quit, and and that's number 61, Tyrone McGriff. When that ball was dropped downfield some 12 yards from the line of scrimmage, Tyrone McGriff was down there in front of the receiver.
Wouldn't that be an eligible man?
No, I'm talking about after the ball was dropped. He was hustling down, and if he was going to get up and run, they'd give him a block.
2nd and 10. 4:19 left. Hebert gets the ball away, and it is almost picked off by Alonzo Johnson, which would have been interception number 4. And the fans, one underthrown, the other almost picked off in 2 plays, go to work on Bobby Hebert, who has indicated that he might, after his contract runs out, even though the Panthers would love to keep him, make no mistake about that, the man's a good quarterback, indicated that he might be listening to NFL offers. That's been written.
The people here with those boos are saying, why don't you go tonight?
Broughton rather, goes to the left, and Holloway goes to the right. It's 3rd down. Hebert's got the time, and he's got a man out here, Lacey, and Lacey, it all depends on when they mark it, whether or not he got the first down, and they're not going to give him the first down. It's going to be 4th and short. Jeff George put a real hit on him, and now there's a little extracurricular activity on the sideline. George gets up, they keep him away from Lacey, and vice versa. 3:55 and counting left.
Jim, we got the officials are calling timeout. It's not a first down, but you said it right on the head that Jeff George did make a great play on Lacey. Lacey caught the ball, had 8 yards, and Jeff George, nothing spectacular, just went up and wrapped his arms around and got his body in front, stopped him so he couldn't pick up the 2 yards for the first down, and they're going to, Michigan, obviously, they're going to go for it. 3:50 and counting. They have to have the scores.
Well, George was all USFL last year. Hebert's 3 for his last 11, plus 3 interceptions, and now he's in trouble. Puts it up again, and it is
in the grass.
In the grass, so they put him down way back at the 27-yard line. Mike Butler had Hebert, and Tampa Bay leading 20-7, 3:36 to go, had the ball first down at the 27. To go, and even though the ball is inside the 27, talk about running plays. All Tampa Bay wants to do is run some time off the clock. They have played extremely well on offense and defense, and Michigan has not.
Jim, after this play, I want to talk just a little bit about what has to happen to this football team, and this team by that I mean Michigan.
Put Morgan in motion, but you know they're going to run the ball. Anderson was tipped and holding on to him. Okay, you got your opportunity.
Jim, I was on a team. We won 1 game and lost 13. And what happens when you have a performance like they have tonight? They're going to go back and take a look at this film, and I hope there's not a lot of finger pointing. What this team has to do is take all of these guys into a room. Forget the coaching staff. Get them out of it, because they've said enough. Somebody's got to take the leadership in this football team and say, hey, listen, what are we doing? We are tied now for our division. We still have a great football team at chance. We've got to put it together, put all this past stuff aside, and go out and start playing some football.
There's Reaves. He's going to throw, and just throws the ball away. I don't know why they're going to throw there instead of just simply run down the clock, but they do want to pick up another first down so they can run all the time off. If this scored well, I'll tell you later, but we're going to watch the replay.
This is intentional grounding, but Gary Anderson, number 43, is within about 40 yards of the area.
And that's about all. Paul, if Michigan should lose tonight, in case we do get off in a hurry, we would tell you that they would be tied with 2 expansion teams at 6-3, Houston and Oklahoma in the Central Division. And Tampa Bay would still be 2 games away from Birmingham, which is 8-1. New Orleans between them at 7-2. Tampa Bay would be 6-3, still in the hunt. 3rd down and 10. Reaves. Oh my! He overthrew on a stop and go. I don't think Gillespie and Reaves had things exactly together on that one. Reaves threw long. Gillespie had curled in short, so Reaves is 22 of 37 thus far. Much better than 50%. 251 yards, a couple of touchdowns, and 1 interception that actually hit his receiver and bounced off his receiver for the interception. And now Zenon Anderson is going to try a 45-yarder.
He wants to say hello to everybody in Canada. I love that. Zenon comes up to me, say hello to everybody in Canada that I know. I don't know, but...
Well, you know why I said it. He played up there, what, 9 years?
And Bugs Engelbert's son is birthday today. We want to wish him happy birthday.
45 yards, and it is off to the side. And so Michigan, it's not over. At the moment, 2 minutes, 28 seconds, but they'd have to have a revival of amazing sorts. John Corker clapping his hands for the offense as they come on the field, saying, let's get going, guys. But we had a pretty good crowd in tonight, and we've got very few left tonight at the moment, and those who are tuning up their boo cords.
You know, I watched the Michigan team come out the offense. Lacey is just now getting to the huddle. The two men that ran on the field were two ex-Pittsburgh Steelers. Tyrone McGriff, 61, Ray Penny, 74.
The two guards.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Look out, Hebert's in trouble. He's got to get the ball away, and Lacey catches the ball for a few yards, and with some extra effort gets the ball across the 35. And with a 2-minute warning, actually 1:50 seconds to go, our Menon MVP is a man who was benched in midseason, John Reaves, at $1,000 from the Menon Company. Will go to the college or university of his choice. You'd have to think it's probably the University of Florida, where he and his coach, Steve Spurrier, graduated. 22 of 37, 251 yards, only one interception, and 2 touchdowns, of which this is one.
This is the one I believe to Eric Trevelyan, and the one I kept talking about. But look at where he puts the ball. Outside, right at his head. I mean, it's beautiful. He did that all night long. What did he have? Jim, 251, is this it?
251. Couple of touchdowns.
Had he kept throwing, Jimmy could have had 400 easy.
Tampa Bay apparently about to win its 3rd in a row after being under the 500 mark, and after winning 6 in a row, defending champion Michigan apparently about to lose its 3rd in a row. The miracles have happened, but they have to have a complete reversal of form. 2nd and short, about 3. Hebert, he's been scrambling. Broughton, who caught the 80-yard touchdown pass, had a first down right there and dropped the ball at the 39-yard line. So don't blame it all on the man in your picture there. Not all of it. He's had help.
You really can't blame it all on it. He's been running for his life. The defensive lineman, they know that Hebert has to throw the ball. Mike Butler, number 77, is just flying. Tony Osmond is the man that's trying to keep him out of there, and he hadn't been able to do that very well. And Hebert's been running for his life.
3rd down and short, but they're going to take 2 downs to get it if necessary. Throws it out here to Lacey, and Lacey gets the first down. Broke a tackle, breaks another tackle, and goes down. And now Lacey takes a swing at the man who jumped on top of him, James HARRELL. And the reason being, HARRELL was coming along and had to put him down because Lacey had already broken 2 tackles.
They got to make sure they get down. Here it comes, a little swing pass outside to Lacey. Finally, Lacey gets some fire in him. Watch what happens on the hit. Here comes the hit by George. Boom. Get out of my way. You, Hannah, get out of my way. Let me get a first down.
And now back, and that time, HARRELL almost intercepted a pass intended for Mike Cobb. And it's 2nd down 10, but the clock stopped at 1:35. 20-7, Tampa Bay leads.
You know who's sitting in his face again? Number 77, Mike Butler. Mike Butler's just taken off and heading right for the quarterback. And Tony Osmond better get in front of him. You may not have Hebert for the next game.
Broughton goes to the left and Holloway to the right. Ball at the 48 of Tampa Bay. Hebert, Lacey, and this time George is going to put him down. George is going to put him down there. Lacey broke the tackle last time, remember. But what you don't want to do is to get in a battle in front of the opponent's bench.
Well, if you do, what you do then is you make sure you get one of those big defensive linemen in front of you, and then you just yell over his shoulder. And always keep your helmet on. That's the secret to fighting.
Even broadcasters learn that.
Yeah.
Wherever I go, I send McGuire in front of me. It is 2nd down. And about 4 to go with timeout, 1:25 left. Well, Paul, we've said it all, I guess. Reaves is our most valuable player. He's thrown a couple of touchdowns. Michigan has not looked good at all. And Tampa Bay is about to win its 3rd in a row, and Michigan's about to lose its 3rd in a row. Other than that, there's not much to say.
Reset the game clock to 1 minute, 25 seconds.
No,
I seconds went off.
They took 8 seconds. It was 1:28.
Now it's 1:25.
And Tampa Bay's leaving.
And there is the score. Well, as we said, we'd like to invite you to join Paul and me next Monday night when you will see Jim Kelly and Steve Young. He's got to go on to New Jersey to play Herschel Walker, Brian Sipe, Barbaro, Walt Michaels' good defensive gang. And for 3 weeks in a row now, Stanley, who had won 6 in a row, is going to walk off a losing coach, barring the miracle. 3rd and 4. Hebert running for his life, getting up to Lacey again. He keeps finding him. There's George again. And Lacey and George are really having a personal battle here in the last couple minutes of the game. Throw the ball to Lacey, put him head up with Jeff George and see who wins.
Well, and really Tampa Bay, they could care less because the ball's coming to the outside. They're not going down, really going downfield with it. Watch Lacey. Now watch what Lacey does. He sees George. Okay, here it comes, pal. In your face. Hannah gets in there, but he misses.
Here's Hebert, and it's caught across the middle by Cobb, the big tight end. McAllister on the tackle, as you can see, and the clock is going to stop again because he picked up another first down. And time has been called, but it should be a first down. Nope, it's about a half a yard shy. I beg your pardon. But with 1:09 to go, against this prevent defense, Michigan is having its biggest success moving the ball tonight. Broughton and Holloway go left. Hebert is 18 of 34, 262 yards, but 3 interceptions. Hebert, and over here, and it's almost intercepted. This time by Hannah, and they say it is.
Jim,
Lacey can't believe it. That's the 4th interception. We should see that again. Hannah makes his 2nd interception of the night.
Watch what happens with the ball. The ball rolls around, and it never touches the ground. It ends up on Hannah's legs, and then he just reaches down and scoops up. The official is waiting there. Watch this. Watch what this ball does. Here's the ball. Cobb hits him. The ball is still up in the air. It's kicked up in the air. Now look where the ball comes down. Between his legs. It's not on the ground.
I got it.
And Hannah just reaches in and takes it. The official's standing there watching the whole thing.
I've never seen a man catch a ball with his legs before. And that's practically what he did. He got a ball rolling around. And that's the 4th interception of the night. And that's a tough one. They're just going to let this thing run down here now.
Okay, you got it.
Reeves will put it down now. They can stop the clock but once.
Oh, now they're going to shove each other. It's a little bit late for that.
Clock is still running. As long as they want to do that, they'll let the clock run away. Tampa Bay doesn't care. They'll discuss it. 45 seconds. Then an MVP. Now I can't understand that. They let about 15 seconds go off after the play and then call the timeout. Instead of immediately.
They want one more shot at him.
2nd down, 11. You know they've got 30 seconds to get the ball in play on each occasion. Reeves will touch his knee twice. It will be all over. And Tampa Bay will have won on ball control, the performance of Reeves and his entire defense as well as offense. And they will have won their 3rd ball game in a row. And will be 6-3. And will be 2 games behind Birmingham in first place of the Southern Division and 1 behind New Orleans. And Tampa Bay, or I should say Michigan, which started this losing streak in the rain against Oklahoma when Hebert was intercepted 4 times. Hebert has been intercepted 4 more times tonight. In the other games that have been played, this is the 9th of the other 7, he was only intercepted 3 times in 7 games.
No, he's not.
He's moving. No, he's not. Okay, now they'll let this run down. They can't call timeout anymore.
It depends on when the official marks the ready. If he waits for about 1 more second, he did. Now they don't have to run a play.
Now they don't have to run a play. In the Central Division, of course, Michigan losing its 3rd in a row. You're looking at the Southern Division. We told you about that. Tampa Bay goes to 6-3, winning its 3rd in a row. And now Michigan falls into a tie with Houston, which they will get shortly, and Oklahoma, which has already beaten them. So Reeves and company go off, and the fans here at the Silver Dome do not like it at all. Their team has lost 3 in a row, and I want to tell you something. Reeves wants the game ball. Tampa Bay played extremely well, and Michigan, they didn't look like they had much fire at all.
Well, I know Jim Stanley has got a lot of work to do. They're talking. No matter what Spurrier says to him, it isn't going to make him feel any better. But I'll tell you something, he has got to get this team, they've got to do it themselves, not with the coaches, but the players themselves have got to get together, Jim.
And you'll see Tampa Bay against Washington Saturday night here on ESPN. I'm Jim Simpson with Paul McGuire, 20-7 the final score.